What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another morning stream. How we all doing? Having a pretty nice little bounce back today so far in the overall broad market. We do have an OPEC meeting going on right now. And for those of you guys who do not know, that relates to oil. And that's been driving a lot of the moves in the overall market recently, along with the new variant and the statements from Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen. But oil was really what was kind of starting the volatile moves. We're seeing AMC right now up 2.56% at 34.81. We have GME right now up 1.31, currently at 198.79. Very solid way to start off the day. How's everybody feeling? We doing all right? Let's make some money today. This is going to be a fun day. So here's what our plan is. You guys might watch me commit a severe brokerage violation today. It's very possible. So if you guys remember yesterday, we were flipping those Apple calls. So the thing about Apple yesterday was as the overall market started to really sell off, Apple didn't really come down. It held up very, very nicely. And when the market started to bounce back, Apple started to come back up again. So what I did is I got two of the one. This is not, you can't really do this now because the move has already happened. This is why I'm explaining this to you and the thought process behind it. I got one of the 2 of the 167.5 strikes for this week. And then I have like a deep YOLO put as a hedge. So right now the contracts are in the money. The problem is that I bought all of those contracts with unsettled funds. So if you do that and then sell within a certain time frame, you commit what's called a good faith violation, and your account might get restricted. But I'm pretty sure this is what will happen. They just won't let me buy with unsettled funds anymore for a while, which is fine. I don't really need to do that. But the thing is that when you trade options in a cash account, they settle the next day. So if they ding me for it, it's stupid because the funds are settled. And then we're going to be watching a lot of SPY today too. So yeah, OPEC meeting right now. It's going to be a little bit volatile, but AMC holding up real nicely. 34.84 right now. Doing good. Oh, what's up, big dog stocks? How you doing, buddy? Oh, Aria, good to see you guys in here. Jason, what's up, everybody? Dan, am I live? Of course I'm live. Oh, it does say Restream. That's just the software that me and a lot of other creators use to stream. It's like OBS or something like that. And the reason that we use this is because if we want to have other people on our stream, we just shoot them a link and they can come on. We don't have to do any of those fancy Zoom calls. Let's see. A little bit of selling in the overall market right now. We have the SPY bouncing back up 1.42 in the pre-market. Apple getting a little bit of selling volume right here. That's no fun. Come on now. Right as I start talking about my Apple trade, they just decide it's the hedgies. The hedgies did it. They did it. It's their fault. They're taking my position right now. No, it's fine. All righty. The day like yesterday is the test of who really is diamond hand for real. I'm still holding strong. AMC not leaving. There you go, Arya. Oh, airplane mode. What's going on, man? All righty. Let's go, apes. We have this. Love the show. Carlos, thanks, man. All right, let's do a little bit of a quick Ortex update on AMC. We have utilization bouncing back up a little bit. We have 75.08. Over the next couple of days, I'd expect to see the utilization start to come up. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, we got some interesting stuff to talk about here. Okay, so we have estimated short interest 16.45%. Again, just bare baseline minimum. The thing that I really want people to focus in on is days to cover. We've gone over this a couple of times in the past. And Monday, the 29th, we saw days to cover at 1.75. Tuesday, 1.82, meaning that as days to cover increases, it's looking at an average volume versus the amount of potential short interest actually in the stock. So it's using the reported data to do this and the estimates that Ortex has. The days to cover is probably a lot higher, meaning that if any shorts want to cover their positions in this low volume environment, if they pump that buying volume into the stock, what happens? Well, it shifts the demand. Which one is it? Well, see, it's gonna be weird because it's gonna be opposite for you guys to see that, but it shifts demand to the right. It's gonna be a big demand shift. When you shift demand to the right, what happens? Well, price and quantity is on the y and then the x axis, and that increases price. So you flood the market with demand with not a lot of volume happening, and it's going to affect the price a lot more. So this days to cover number increasing is putting a lot more pressure on these short institutions. Good for us, bad for them. Oh, let's see. Bought 25 more AMC yesterday. There you go, Jason. Do you have AMC options? Yep. I have very STV throwing up gang signs. STV tries to show you guys basic economic charts and it's gang signs. Awesome. All right. Yeah, all my AMC options are far out. That's not true. They're close. They're coming up in time now. I'm probably gonna roll them out. But I don't know. We'll see. After yesterday and the day before, some of them took a hit, and that did not feel so good. But they've done this before, so it's not really that big of a deal in my mind. The options are a way for me to lever up the amount of money that I have. Here's the other. I haven't. I don't think I've said this. I don't think I've said this like at publicly yet, but or like on a live stream or like to anybody. But think about this. A lot of the AMC creators and everybody are getting like a lot of hate for stuff and like making like the content creation side of it, like the work part of it. Here's the thing that people may not be thinking about. With the implications of this situation, remember what happened with DFV when he got called in the hearing and they're looking at all of his positions and stuff. Like when I'm thinking about this and like if I decide that there's a price that I wanted to sell at and the AMC situation is still going like you can't like it's like a weird thing. It's like can I actually get out of my position and still talk? I don't think so. So it's a very weird dynamic there. So that's just something I've been like floating around in my head is like, can I actually get out eventually? Aria, thank you so much for the super. Thank you so much, STV, to keeping AMC apes strong, calm, cool, collected. Thank you so much for providing us with great DD. Aria, thank you so much. Hey, Fidelity on the chopping block now. I mean, okay, here's the thing. You can't every broker is gonna have something. I've seen this come out. The weird thing about Fidelity was their that weird glitch. We can go over that. Let's see. You know the whole thing with Lou saying stop buying with app brokers because of payment for order flow. Well, why not try it since the price still goes down when we buy and hold? No, I disagree. When you look at the gang signs that I was just throwing up, you take away the demand, the price just goes right through the floor. It doesn't make any sense. You would want to just the message is buy to a lit exchange. That's what it is. It's getting I think it's getting misinterpreted. Recall Powell STV for Fed chair? No, because what I would do is I would just be like, hey, this is what we're going to do right now. And then I would just be like, hey, retail investors, this is all the stuff that's going to move right now and just go for it. That I would just tell everybody like, okay, like make it super easy. Be like, okay, we're going to raise rates right now. And then just this is how it would move. Hey, Apple, what are you doing? This is where we were having fun just now. And now we're not. Okay, cool. I guess that's how it's going today. Yeah, so let's go over this Fidelity situation. Yeah, Dr. Dazzle, if you take away the demand for it, it literally the price will tank. In the argument that was made, because everybody was like, what's going on? What's going on? So I think I watched one of, I don't know. There's a lot of videos. But I watched one of them, and the argument was if there's no more buying, then the brokers will close out synthetics and the hedge funds will cover their shorts. No, they wouldn't. Why? Here's the thing. If I was a short hedge fund and I wanted to manipulate the price of AMC down and I knew that retail was going to stop buying, do you know what I would do then? I would get my hands on every single loanable share that I could and short the absolute BS out of it because I know that you're just going to be able to tick it all the way down. And the same thing with the brokers. Why would they close out? Well, like we've gone from 2 to 25 and 10 to 77. Like I just don't see the logic behind it. Like, you need to have, like, data. I mean, it's an interesting idea. It's just a very, very controversial concept to just be like, "Don't buy," like, just stop. Like, it's just like taking away, like, because this is the problem. Then we have to all come out and like like say, "No, don't do that." It's a weird thing that we all got to deal with now, but it's fine. It's par for the course. Um, we should short Fidelity. No. I mean, you can, but here's what happened. Wait, where is it? I thought I had it up. Oh, it's an unusual whales tweet. Unusual whales. Okay, where is it? 13. Oh, it was like an hour ago. Unusual whales is tweeting all the time. Where is it? Where is it? All right, here we go. Okay. Yesterday, Fidelity was asked why 11 million additional loanable, shortable GME shares appeared overnight, impossible given the amount of volume. They stated that one of the counterparties had entered an incorrect number, a $2.2 billion error at open. Like, that's just ridiculous. So they're like, oh, it's a glitch. It's very weird how we see all of these glitches happening for AMC and GME, but like we don't see it for other stocks. The thing is, though, is that I think we talked about this yesterday, is since we follow these stocks so closely and we look at all of the data from a lot of different sources and we're matching it up, and we're not looking at other stocks as closely, well, the glitches may be happening all across the market all the time. We're just not looking for them. Does that make sense? So, like, if a glitch happens, there's so many people looking at the data that right as like, where there's a weird, like, uh, mishap in the data, we'll know right away. But if, like, this happened on, like, a PayPal or, like, some other stock that people aren't, like, watching every single day, we may not even see it. Um, let's see. There's nothing new. It's so simple. Buy, hold, repeat. There you go. The IOUs, I would 100% agree with the IOUs. I've got nothing. I don't really have anything against the guy. Like, everybody has like, everybody has, like, value that they provide to the community. Like, when I say I don't like when we talk about the idea, I'm just talking about, like, the idea and the argument that's being presented. Like, that's what, like, I'm not, me, like, like, I don't get involved in any stupid drama ever. So I'll just like look at the idea that's being presented and then present my counter argument to it. There's no, like, I don't like, I'm not, it's not personal, like, ever. Is it legal for them to disclose which party input that wrong data? They could, but they're not going to. I'm here. Good morning, Abe Strong. Appreciate you. Eric, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, also, if you guys don't mind just dropping some likes on the stream, it just helps get some more people in here. We got about a half hour, like 32 minutes till the market opens. Again, I'm going to be watching Apple today because I do have a little bit of a position there, and then we're gonna look and see what we get on some SPY trades. We do have an OPEC meeting going on right now, so that is going to cause some moves in the market. But let's see what happens. I mean, let's see. How's Prague doing today? How are we doing over here on Prague? Prague, ooh, up 3 in the pre-market. Not bad, not bad, not bad. That's why we love you. Always facts and great DD and no drama. Jack, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Come on now with all these glitches. The truth is going to come out soon. Oh, I fully 100% believe here's why I call them glitches. I 100% believe that there is more short interest in AMC, GameStop, and honestly every other stock as well, than what's being reported. The thing is that I don't think that a site like Finviz, Yahoo, Fintel, or any of these other, like, sources that just aggregate data and then present it are going to be the ones that are going to, like, break the news that there's naked shorting, because they're just getting their data from a third party source, and it's usually like S&P Global, and they can always, like, there can always be mistakes in the data. So, like, obviously I think there's more short interest in these stocks than is being given to us, but I just don't think that it's logical to think that those data reporting sites are going to be what tells us. Does that make sense? Like the data and the research that we've done and the what we've seen in the price action and all of the other things that we've been able to go through are suggesting that the short interest is much higher than what's being shown to us. And with all of these new regulations coming in, it would make a lot of sense that eventually we would be able to see the actual short interest. But right now, like a FinViz is not going to be what breaks the news. That's really where it is for me. Do you think Coyote's STO could have been a good option to count total valid shares? Yes, but here's the thing. One, Adam Aaron needs to be able to prove that all of this is part of their business model and that they're not just doing it to force the squeeze. The second thing is that these brokers, I asked Mark about this too, in a space call. The one time I like spoke to him with my voice, we basically what it was is I was looking into the overstock situation because when you think about like the market as a whole, you got to think about like what are they pricing in, like what do they expect, what's happened in the past, what are they used to, and what can they deal with in the future. Last time overstock did it, the JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley were able to accept cash of equivalent value, and they did this weird calculation to where that they could essentially accept cash and allow the shorts to keep their position. So if part of the strategy is to, one, expose the synthetics, the naked shorts, and basically like really prevent the shorts from being able to pay out this dividend, because there's really no there's no like way to pay out an NFT. Like how are you gonna pay out an NFT? Like there's no like avenue for it. Like a cash dividend, they're like, oh, you just give the cash. But that's one of the things, like, and everybody was rushing into it. They were like, let's do it, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Guys, because really we're only going to get one chance at it, one shot. So you really have to make sure it's done correctly in all aspects of it. Amy, thank you so much for the super STV. I love all that you have done and continue to do for the community. I can't wait for your daily videos to come out. Keep up all the great work. Amy, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Fact, the second largest US retirement fund sold Berkshire Hathaway to acquire AMC, in part. Bullish, very bullish. When these institutions are coming in and buying up AMC, that's very, very bullish, guys. I know a lot of people are saying that the institutions are loaning out shares, but when we take a look at the utilization for AMC, it would suggest that they're not loaning out the shares anymore. Like when we see the utilization at 99, it's like, oh yeah, some of them were definitely loaning out shares, because like the amount of shares that all of these institutions are willing to lend goes to the max versus the amount of shares that have been loaned. Oh wait, hold on. It's early. I might have made a mistake there. Hold on. No, that's not right. So it's not utilization, but we've seen it. What was the other thing that we were looking at? We were looking at free float on loan and then utilization, I think. But right now, either way, the most basic way to think about this is that if the main goal of institutions is to generate some sort of interest on shares that they are buying, you would be looking at the cost to borrow. So when you compare these cost to borrows on AMC, 1.12 minimum, 1.25 max, 1.24 average. Okay, so you're getting 1% a year-ish, little over 1% a year right now. Well, there are many, many, many other stocks that if your goal was to literally just buy shares, loan them out, but take the interest, you wouldn't do it on AMC. You would do it on something else. Oh, what's up, Max Gang? How we doing, everybody? Shout out to TMI. All of those masks coming in here. What's up, everybody? Let's have a good day today. Pushing. What's up? Well, hella bliss. What's going on? Y'all need to smash that like button, says Nicholas. Thank you, Nicholas. Hit that like on the way in, says pushing. Thank you, guys. Amanda, what's going on? I talked to a broker from TD Ameritrade asking about AMC and the synthetic shares. He said he cannot speak on it, but he told me I sounded like a smart guy, so that tells me tons of synthetics. Hey, it could be. Interesting. Like, people know the thing is people know about this situation. Like, they know. Like, this isn't like a new thing. Like synthetic shares, naked shorting, it's not like a new thing. What they're probably doing now with AMC, especially after January, was messing around with derivatives. Like we've been going over that recently with AMC's options chain and what's going on. Also, AMC's at 34.71 in the pre-market. Ho, Apple, there we go. Prague having a nice time. Let's pull back up GME. When we take a look at AMC's options chain, I know some people hate when we talk about options, but we got to do it. So when you look at this open interest, these deep in the money calls, they're most likely being used to hide some short interest. It's like that's what they do. And when you see that unusual whales print where it came in that like thousands of contracts were being sold between this 7 and 9 mark, and then what you see, and the thing is that they use these deep in the money calls to get to guarantee the counterparty of the transaction. Because if there's no volume on the chain and you're talking with a market maker and you're like, I want to enter into this type of trade, well, if the bid ask right now is 29.55 to 30.20, you can just meet in the middle with the market maker and you just both put in the order and it just gets filled like right away, filled. No volume, it just fills. But when you come out to February, well, it goes to 20. So you can see the volume on this 59, 29, 25, 10, 16, 34, 61. Well, when there's more volume here, there's more risk of guaranteeing the counterparty. You can no longer like guarantee that the counterparty to this transaction is going to be the market maker that you want it to be. So that poses more risk. So they may have to go. So March. So after January, February, March, then so we're going to have April and May. It's just not on there yet. And then June is also 20. And then July, it goes down to 3. So July is the next time that we could see. So after January, if we automatically randomly see on this options chain a bunch of open interest pop up on 3, 5, 8, 10, you know exactly what they're doing because the open interest is so low right now. And we've been over like a lot of times like that SEC filing where they're like, they enter into these buy right trades. It looks like they're meeting the broker's closeout requirement. So it's hiding short interest, but the trader actually has no intention of closing out any position and it just creates FTDs. So January is big for a variety of reasons. One, we're going to get a really good insight to see after January hits over the next 2 months, I would say, what they're really doing to hide this short interest. And two, the amount of contracts that are already in the money could cause a decent price movement to the upside. Selling deep in the money calls creates synthetic shares that don't need to be accounted for with real shares is what I heard. Yeah. So what they do is they sell deep in the money calls and then the market maker legally naked shorts to the trader who's entering into that trade. So it's a synthetic, the thing is though, is that since it's called a buy right trade, when you write call options or options in general, you're selling them. So like if I write a put, I'm selling a put. If I write a call, I'm selling a call. And then there's that buy transaction. Well, we have we have like that GameStop report that came out and was like, oh yeah, there was no gamma squeeze, no delta hedging. Oh, really? So they're not hedging those calls? So when we come up to January, they could start hedging? It's like this weird, like it could be big, but we don't know. With the amount of contracts in the money right now, what is it? It's probably like 13 million shares about that they would have to buy. But again, remember, with the volume so low, that's gonna jack up the price. SB, can you explain to me why Tesla's is priced the way it is? I mean, I know it's Elon, but over 1,000. It's just future prospects for the EV market. People just love Tesla. Like they're gonna keep bidding it up as long as they can. I mean, I don't have Tesla, but I have AMD at like 12, so I guess I'm good. I'll keep bringing that up too. I love stocks with tickers that begin with AM. AMC and AMD. And Apple recently, honestly. Apple's doing good. SPY's coming back up. We have that OPEC meeting going on right now. I mean, I'm not watching it, but market's liking it a little bit. SPY's up 1.4 in the pre-market. GME up 1.46. AMC 2.24% at 34.70. Having a day. Good morning to everyone except the Citadel intern watching this stream. Yeah, I mean, this if you there's a Citadel intern watching this stream, one, it's the fall, so you should probably be in school. I mean, I should probably be in school too right now, bud. But at the same time, you'll probably do pretty well if you're working at Citadel, but you should probably rethink the um ethical dilemmas that you're gonna have to face working there. If you want to know all about that, just go ask Dave Lauer. All right. I'm not an intern, says Ken Grifton. Yeah. Ken Grifton, you're kind of you're the top intern over there. My friend works for Edward Jones and he said they're restricting GME but not AMC. What do you think about that? Depends on what the restriction is. It just depends on what the restriction is. Like if the restriction is not selling naked calls, I mean, the risk on GME for naked calls is pretty crazy. Same thing for AMC. AMC, it's arguably more risky because the prices can inflate so much. GME, they might still, but the option chain after those types of moves that we saw back in January, like the option chain will be jacked forever. The other thing is that I don't know if we've gone over this before, or for all these new people, but AMC after the next big boom, the price movement on the stock will be busted forever. And by busted, I mean look at Overstock on a 5-year chart. Rips, comes down. So it rips short, then they short all the way down, then it rips. Short, rips, short, rip. Like AMC could just do this big sine wave over and over and over again because it would make sense for the shorts to start piling in at the top after we get the couple of the next big price movements, and then they cover, and then the stock rips again. So it's very possible that AMC could be ooh, that got me really excited, and that was on the 5-year chart. So AMC could be like a decent play going forward, pretty much forever. Don't let Ken touch Twitter anymore. Yeah. So what did we use if not Fidelity? Guys, the Fidelity thing, it has to do with ETFs. Like all of the ETFs are going to loan out shares. Just because Fidelity has ETFs doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. Like if you can do a lot of, you can see, here's the thing. I'm not trying to tell, like there are ways that you can make sure that your shares are not getting lent out. You can, so don't do this. Like this is literally hypothetical BS. You can set really, really high good till canceled limit orders. That's what you can do. Because if there's an open order out there, they can't lend it out because then they'd have to then they're like, well, what if we lend it out and then the order gets hit? And so you can set really, really high good till canceled limit orders. But that you're playing with fire there because if the stock rips past that, then you get hit. Shares go away. You can turn off share lending. There's a lot of ways to do it. You can DRS. Full disclosure, I haven't DRS'd anything because I think the cons outweigh the pros. You can buy to a lit exchange. You can make sure you turn off share lending. You can do all sorts of things that can make sure your shares aren't getting lent out. All right, SPY's selling a little bit right here. This is probably some oil news right here. Apple holding up. That's what we like to see. AMC 34.67, GME 199.30. Let's see GME get above 200 today. Back above that $200 mark. It looks like the danger zone on GME is 250. It crossed it like a couple of times. I think last week, 2 weeks ago. And then it just started to come back down a little bit. Thanks for the answer. Anytime. Thoughts on Prague? Is Prague dead? I don't think so. I think Prague is still a decent play. I still have my options on it. So, but they're long dated. If they go to zero, they go to zero. Like I don't have that much money in them. But I still think there's a lot of upside on Prague. So let's check the short interest on it. I haven't really looked. The Ortex data on Prague. How's it doing? I think there was a significant drop. Oh, utilization 91, a little bit of covering, estimated short interest 10. The cost of borrows are still so high though. So I don't know. I mean, what's the days to cover on this freaking thing? Low. I don't know. I mean, it's really going to be like a little bit of a news catalyst here. Like, did some of the thing is that when it ripped, yeah, some shorts were covering, but when it came back down, you think shorts weren't adding to their position in that range? Get out of here. If they were shorting at the lower levels and they see it spike and start to come back down, if I was short, I would just keep shorting it. Like you gotta try to put yourself in their shoes. Like I would expect the prog short interest to continue to start to tick back up. Oh, what's up, Nepal? How you doing, buddy? He said you can not buy GME, but you could buy AMC. Ooh, I don't know. That's a weird one. People need to be aware of shills posting as concerned apes as a way to spread FUD. Yeah, I'd agree. Not buy GME, but you could buy AMC. Interesting. GME has a smaller float, so that's probably true. Their volume has been very low for a while. Yeah. Pushing has a great feeling about today. Yeah, I mean, I do too. Let's see what happens. We have this OPEC meeting. Is Powell speaking again today? Because if he does, I'm probably just gonna trade the absolute BS out of SPY again. And it's a 0 data expiration day today, which is my favorite time. Yesterday, if you guys were on the stream, we are hitting some decent SPY trades, and I think it was like I made them free at like a little over 100%. But if that was a 0 data expiration day and we saw that type of move, oh my god, it would have been like at least 300, 400% gains. But I mean, Apple could be Apple could be decent right now. I might have to mess around, and you guys might get a little bit of a learning experience on me if you want to see what happens when you commit a good faith violation. It's like PDT for a cash account. What the hell is that? Cardano is a good side play right now. AMC ready for a rally or go down again. Here's the thing: AMC is probably going to bounce around in that little bull flag in that channel for a little while until we really start to see. I mean, I hate to. I just like January. I don't want to give a date, but I just like January for the next run up. It just makes sense to me. There's a lot of things that point to January being a good run. Is it going to be a June like run? Who knows? But we're gonna have to wait and see. It could be end of December. It could be beginning of January. It could be after. Like we don't know. But again, like nothing's changed. Oh, I got one PDT margin call when I bought AMC. Yeah, be careful with margin. STV, if we experience a further drop in price, what do you have for support levels? I mean, I would say right around 32, maybe 32.50. And then I can see 28 if we really start to go down, but I don't see it. I think we're gonna bounce a little bit here. But it depends. It depends on what the broad market's gonna do. All righty. Option chain for this week. What are we saying? Oh, we got to check Max Payne too. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right. People are YOLOing on AMC calls for this week. Damn. All right. So coming over here, we got 140,000 contracts out of the money for this week. Only 2,000 in the money. Remember that reverse gamma squeeze. It's not that aggressive, but when we look at the next couple of weeks, the in the money puts are outweighing the in the money calls. So if the institutions are hedging, they'll short to hedge those puts, or they'll buy offsetting puts. But then somebody else would then have to sell them to them, and then they would have to either buy offsetting puts or short. So it just creates this little positive feedback loop of creating like a little bit of downside. But again, if AMC starts to bounce today, the calls that they unhedged and the puts that they hedge, well, the puts then go out of the money. So they buy back those short-term shorts, and then the calls go in the money and then they buy. So it's a double buy and a double sell on the way down and on the way up. Let's pull up Max Payne real quick. We're at 38. What are we saying now? 36 now for Max Payne. Interesting. Max Payne down to 30. I'm seeing it as 36 for this week. Next week, 36. Week after, 40. Cool. All right, everybody. 10 minutes till market open. Here we go. Oh my God. I got 2 good faith violations. Weeble got me on house arrest. Yeah, I don't think I have one. I don't think I have one yet. The first one, I believe they just restrict you from buying with unsettled funds. So if Apple ends up ripping today and really gets going, I mean, I'll have to sell one of them to make it free, but because I think those contracts are already up 100%. Let me look. 96%. So with this move, 1.4%, that could easily go up another 100%. So, I mean, it makes the whole entire trade completely free. But let's see what happens. Thought TMI said 30. Yeah, it could be 30. SB, how do we get our brains to work like yours? You probably don't want that. But I've been learning about, like, the first time I heard about options trading, I was 14 years old. So I've been learning on and off since then. Technically, one day we can get into why I was technically legally not allowed to trade until, like, have my own account until I was 21. But that is a story for another day. And I have to get approval from some people to talk about that. But I think I could do it now. I honestly think I could do it now. Maybe we'll do that story tomorrow. About why it's like a little STV backstory as to why I hate a certain institution, because they suck and compliance is my worst enemy and I hate them. I don't see Apple transitioning as fast as other companies. They haven't been the same since Steve. Number letters. That's fine. They don't have to. They just have to go up in price a little bit this week. SCV came out of the womb with a portfolio. Nah. Oh, my belly's rumbling. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for this market open. 8 minutes till market open. AMC getting a little pop here. Little tiny little pop. We're at 34.72. My Apple contracts are now out of the money. Apple, what you doing here? Come on. All right, SPY selling a little bit. Let me see if there's any news about the OPEC meeting. OPEC meeting started a few minutes ago. What do we got? If this brings me to an actual link, I'm going to be all right. SPY's still up 1.33. Apple selling. That's not what we like. AMC coming up. GME 199.30. Here we go, everybody. Breakfast burritos for me. Oh man, I make a killer breakfast burrito. I was making these breakfast burritos with, like, bacon, tater tots, maple sausage. So, oh man, these were good. Not good for, like, the health, but they were good. All right. Again, as usual, when the market opens, expect some whipsawing out of SPY in the overall market, especially AMC. I would not be surprised if we saw a couple of red candles, but if the overall market starts to pick a direction to the upside today, I would expect to see AMC start to come with it. I was born non-compliant. I mean, I was technically non-compliant at one point, but now I'm good. Now I'm actually good. I was technically, I mean, we can go over the reason for it. There's like a couple of rules that, like, you can't. It's weird. I'll explain it one day. It's a funny story. I've been making eggs Benedict. How the heck are you doing that? I wish more people your age were like you. You give me hope for the future of our country, as does the ape community. I feel like I took the red pill in May. I mean, I think that's a compliment. I'm an idiot though, guys. Like, I just talk about stocks on the internet. That's all I do. Chorizo, shredded potatoes. Okay, Jason. You gotta. I think we're gonna. I think I'm gonna need some recipes from you, buddy. I think that's what we need to do. All right. So, I don't know. I really want to trade SPY again today. That just sounds like a really, really good time. But we're only going to do it if the strategy makes sense, as usual. Trey tweeted 2021, the year of realizing basically every broker sucks. SUV, you're not an idiot. My brain is literally a cube of cherry jello. Me too. So that feels like it's that sometimes. Morning SUV, what direction do you predict for the SPY today? I mean, right now it's up 1.33%. I would say we stay green unless we get some news. If we get some news and we get another down move in the SPY, the puts are going to be a little bit deflated just due to this. As the market opened, the puts are going to come down. I mean, we're seeing it sell a little bit right now, which I'm not too big of a fan of with me having Apple calls, but I don't know. Apple was holding up. I would say the SPY bounces back today and has a solid day, but it really depends. GME 199.44, 30 AMC 34.74. There's got to be something being said about oil right now at this OPEC meeting. What's TLT doing? TLT coming down. Yeah, TLT no volume on this thing right now. VIX, Market Chameleon Platform says AMC short sale restricted. Yeah, AMC is on SSR because of that move down, meaning that you cannot short on downticks. So you can only short when AMC is moving up today. Do a backflip. Oh, we got an OG from when we first started streaming doing the backflip. What's up, Ragnar? How you doing, buddy? Oh, what's up, Sam? How you doing? But that don't mean nothing. What doesn't mean anything? Yeah, SSR does not really help us. Honestly, all it does is it allows allows some of these shorts basically to pile in because it shortens the time frame where they can enter their trades. All right, Apple. What are we going to do today with you? I don't know. The couple of last Apple trades that I've had have worked out very well. So let's see what happens. SSR is pointless. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, SSR really doesn't do anything for us. Can we just eliminate brokers altogether and just use computer share? I mean, it's going to be a little bit slower. The thing is they honestly, if it was I don't even AMC popping a little bit here, 34.85. Apple, don't do me like that. All right, we got 3 minutes till the market opens. Get excited, people. This is going to be a fun day. Yeah, SSR really doesn't do anything. It hasn't helped us. SV, I was trading SPY with you yesterday. Blew up 200 CDN on the SPY yesterday. Only had 40 $40 464 call today. Now it's printing. There you go. I mean, I was messing around. So I caught those puts. I think the game. So what happened was yesterday we did the initial SPY calls, which I ended up only making like $10 on because it started to come down right as Powell was like, we're gonna retire the word transitory. And I was like, oh my God, this dude. And then there were a couple of other comments made about inflation. And what was there was another one. There was another comment he made. The taper, speeding up the taper process. And that was when we started to get into those puts, and those were solid. John, thank you so much for that super, man. I really appreciate it. In a world full of Ken Griffins, be a short the VIX, diamond hand your dreams. Thank you, John. John always comes in here with the motivational rep messages. Thank you, man. Bought some Apple calls for 20 each, sold for 97. They're worth 231 now. Josh, the thing is I feel you on that. Like I do this all the time. I'll sell early and then the worst one was Qualcomm. I had Qualcomm 140 calls going into earnings. And like a week later it was at 160. And then I played their earnings and I had the 160s for that next week and it went to like 170. Like you can't, if you're making money, you're winning. So it's hard to see the positions that you have absolutely rip after you sell them. But that's just like it easily, if after you sold, it could have tanked and those contracts could have expired worthless. That's kind of what you got to think about. All right, 1 minute till market open. SPY making a move back up. AMC coming down a little tiny bit. But we got Apple coming up a little bit. Love to see that today. GME at 199. Let's have a good day, everybody. All right, market open. Looks like people wanted to just randomly sell AMC quick on that giant red candle, but we bounce right back up. SPY looking like it wants to make a little bit of move up here at market open. AMC coming down a bit. Apple flickering around. Apple, I'm going to need you to do your thing here, buddy. All right, contracts were in the money. Now they're not. Now they're oh. All right. Let's see what happens. GME above 200. There we go. AMC coming down. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the buyers come in and buy this back up. SPY is coming down right now at market open. But again, I'm not going to take any of these like quick trades on the SPY like right as the market opens, because we're going to see it whipsaw around, especially after the move, the aggressive down move that we saw yesterday. AMC at 34.50, still up about 1.75%. All right, let's do it. STV wakes up with his hair always looking that good. Nah, man, it takes work. It takes work, hard work, dedication. All right, SPY coming down. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, so when we're looking at the SPY strategy, Super Trend says sell, but we're still above that 200 EMA. MACD says it's coming down too, but that 200 EMA is usually what we look for, what I'm looking for on this. If it's below the 200 and you get the sell signal, you can buy puts. If it's not, then you cannot, especially with the market whips on right away. How are these Apple calls doing? How are we doing on Apple? 128% right now. I'll freaking take it, everybody. Not when this is happening, when we're coming down right now. But hold on, let's see. We're about to hit that 200. And yeah, let's see. It is finding a little. All right, let's see what happens today. I don't know. I'm going to give this a little bit of time to see what happens. It's just kind of consolidating around that 200 EMA right now. But let's have some fun. My Webull is acting weird. Yeah. Nobody's selling. Doom already. Yeah, not really. Yeah. See, this is exactly why I'm trying to stick to the strategy. We're getting a green candle bounce right off that 200 EMA. So if we were to buy those puts around here, we're looking for that break below. If we were going to take that, but AMC selling still at 0.7%. What's GME at? GME 197.54. Let's see what the market decides to do and pick in a direction today. Robinhood acting weird. Webull acting interesting. Got a lot of brokers acting a little bit funny here. Yeah, well, hold on. What do we got over here? Yeah, it's right around that 200. All right, let's see what happens. It's got to pick a direction today for us to really do anything. AQSD 28 tip ranks price upgrade 450% upside. FDA in a few weeks could probably explode soon. Be careful with the FDA approvals. AMC making a move back up. SPY is also trying to do the same thing. Apple not having so much fun right now. All right, AMC getting a nice pop up 2% right now. There we go. GME at 196.97. AMC getting a nice boom candle here. Hold on. SPY just yeah, it's right on that 200. It's right on it. Schwab is crazy weird today too. Interesting, guys. So everybody's brokers having a little bit of an issue. All right, SPY did just break below that 200. So hold on. Let me see. Are we gonna mess around here? Do we do it? Do we play around? AMC is having an awesome start to the day so far, up 2.36%. Apple, not so much. Yeah. See. All right, we're gonna give the SPY some time, because a lot of these orders from yesterday and last night are coming in now, especially with a lot of the red that we were seeing yesterday. GME is coming down. It is red now, getting some doom candles right here on GME at 195.25. AMC 34.67, doing all right. Let's see. Come on. Let's get some basketballs in the chat. Let's bounce these things up. Let's bounce it right back up. Apple, you're supposed to have potential here. You were supposed to do something. All right, here we go. All right, this looks like it's picking its direction now. SPY. Going very, 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 very. Wow, these are expensive. Huh. Huh. All right, basketballs. There we go. There we go. Apple pop. AMC coming down a little bit. GME trying to bounce back up. SPY, it's trying here. It's doing its best. I'm calling my bank. Why? Weeble chart is having problems on iOS. Interesting. Trading 212 in the UK is showing 7% down on AMC today. Weird, guys. Very, very strange. All right. I mean, I have the strike that I want for the SPY, but we got news. You've got mail. All right. Screw it. Let's have some fun. Or not. See, it's not. I don't know. It's too early. I think it's too early. I genuinely think it's too early. I don't think I've taken a SPY trade on the open yet. And when I do, it has not gone well. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Good morning, Ape Family from Minnesota. Good morning, Alan. Dogelon Mars is a good token, like Sheeb. Interesting. All right, AMC is up 1.62 at basically 34.50. SPY's just kind of hanging out. Apple trying to make that move back up. GME also trying to make that push above 200. Yeah, I'm not doing anything on SPY right now. We're going to wait and see. I mean, I have the strike I like if I'm going to go puts, but it's just being wonky. It's being wonky. Oh my God, you guys are going nuts on the likes on the stream today. Thank you guys so much. All right, AMC coming down a little tiny bit. Not really, though. These moves are very, very small right now. All right, let's see. All right, let's check some Twitter, see what we're doing over here. Why is Hood hits new all-time low? I should have got some Hood puts. CDC orders airlines to turn over name. Oh boy, hold on. A turn over names of all passengers who have been to, in 8 Southern African countries subject to travel restrictions. Interesting. All right, SPY making a move back up here. Apple trying to do the same. AMC, it's trying to push. All right, let's see. Let's. I mean, SPY, please. Yeah, nothing right now. I don't like anything right now on SPY. We'll see. Some days we'll just have like the move will just happen in the pre-market and it'll just like flicker around in a range all day. It's not good if you want to trade 0 data expiration contracts. It is trying to bounce off these lows right now, but again, there's not enough buyers really stepping in to have it step up. And I haven't seen any real news come through that's going to have it come up. Let me see. New tweet here. OPEC ministers opted to not discuss oil market balance topic. Keep it for tomorrow's meetings. Interesting. OPEC not discussing changes to output policy for now in closed door meeting. Yeah, that's why. Closed door meeting. Can't even watch it. All right. AMC 34.44. SPY trying to make that move back up. There we go, Apple. There we go. RSI so low on SPY. SCB videos and DD on the spot. 358 watching, only 215 likes. Smash that like button for this brother. Come on, Jose. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Apple 200% right now. Thank you. Yeah, everything says flat on SPY right now. RSI is very low on SPY. This is very subdued compared to the usual opening volatility. It is. Like, this is not, I mean, the little red candle here on the SPY, but it's not, it's just, what is this range? I mean, this is a little bit right here, but this just got bought right back up. Like, what is this? 460.38 to what? 460.82? That's not that big of a range. All right, I got too excited on Apple too quick. You guys want to see me commit a good faith violation? I could do it. I could do it. Don't tempt me. I will do it. AMC 3460. STV's gambling? No. Yeah, very low volume so far at the open. What's AMC's volume? 2.58 million? Yeah, pretty low. Oh, there the SPY goes. SPY coming. SPY's ready to go. Any news? Any news over here? Nope. Nope. Spider-Man, second busiest ticket sales day for a single movie title in the company's entire history. Choke on that, Shorts. Oh, but they have debt. So does every company. That's not true. So does most every company. All right, SPY's looking for that move up here. Apple, I'm going to need you to go. I'm going to need you to get going. Good morning, bro. Thanks, AJ. Thanks, man. Is it really a good faith violation if you're calling out on YouTube? I mean, it would be like, it's just, it would be a good faith. I mean, I think the thing is that the trades from yesterday settled. Like, I have the settled cash now. So if I went to sell it, they shouldn't complain. But it's Webull, so they probably will. All right. Did we just switch to buy yet? Nope, not yet. Not yet. All right. How's Prague doing right now? We were seeing Prague doing pretty well. Yeah, Prague getting some selling at the open. AMC is literally just staying in this right around 34.50. GME, it's trying to get above that 200. Market's not really. It's just, I mean, Prague's coming down now. Let's see. Trading 2 and 2 just corrected itself on AMC. Strange. Yeah. Roblox is super good long play. I would have to agree with that. I like Roblox long. All right. Oops. SPY's getting ready. SPY's getting ready. All right. What are you guys looking at? What do we got? All right. Let's check the Ortex on AMC. I mean, I would guess that it's down now. Oh, still up. Interesting. Estimated short interest on AMC, 16.5%. Utilization, I mean, that'll change tomorrow, but 75.08. I would expect that number to get, let's see if it can get above 80 by the end of the week. I think it can, especially with these types of moves that we've seen on AMC. I think the utilization could easily bump up another 5%. Lucid. Yeah, let's check Lucid. Oh, Apple. Come on, buddy. Might swing for the fences on this Apple one. Lucid up 0.5%. Not doing too bad. Let's see. GME 197.51. AMC 34.38. SPY's making it. All right. SPY just hit the buy, I bet. Yep, it did. So, no, flickering. Let's see. What else? We were looking at this other. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Remember yesterday how we were looking at a couple of these averages, the VWAP, the 50, the 100, and the 200. When SPY's within this range, it wasn't making those big moves. It was when it broke out of this range with volume picking up is when we started to see the large moves in the SPY. So I think that might be something that we start to add to my SPY trading strategy, where when it's within these averages right here, it just kind of bounces around. So let's see if we can break above. AMC 34.53. Apple in the money. Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for them? That's decent. I'll take it. AMC acting like it wants to get violent even with low volume. Yeah. SV, thoughts on the large OI and the 145 for December 17th on AMC? Yeah, I mean, people are going to gamble on them anyway. When we look at December, let's pull it up. Where is it? Where are you? Right here. Okay, so the in the money contracts right now, there's not a whole lot of open interest. AMC at 34.51 right now, not doing so bad. So 40's got a little bit, 50's got more, 60's got a lot. There's nothing really that's going to cause like the gamma ramp to really get us on that like run up where we're going to see them hedge, but the hedge is going to bring us to the next set of contracts. But when we look at January, there's already a boatload of contracts in the money. Like look, 19,000 at 10, 6,000 at 15, 25,000 at 20, 10,000 at 22, 6,000 at 30. What's it at 40? 52,000 at 40. Like January is dirty. Push on SPY. Yep. Yeah, we're probably gonna leave it here for a little bit. These Apple contracts are having a phenomenal time right now. 253%. I'll freaking take it. We might push that one to the limit though. Good morning, STV. Good morning, Darstar. How you doing, buddy? Look at those bars on AMC. I mean, it's just barcoding right here. Just like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All right. SPY looks like it kind of wants to make a little move here. It's got the bot. Screw it. I don't know. Robinhood said that the money is pending. Oh, they took it out of my bank account. Maybe do you transfer money in? Moderna and Pfizer. We can take a look at those. I mean, Moderna was making some interesting comments. Pfizer down 1.5. What's Moderna up to? Down. Ooh, why is Moderna getting hit so hard? Moderna loses appeals of board's rulings on Arbutus patents. That's not good. So I'm guessing that's another one of their products that they want to get approved, unrelated to the pandemic. Yeah, SPY whips on here like we expected. AMC 34.38. Apple in the money. There we go. Which chart is AMC? Top left. Top left is AMC. So top left is always AMC. Bottom left is always SPY. And then on the right, we just have what we're looking at for the day. So right now I'm watching Apple. I don't really need to watch it a whole lot, but we can put up something else if you guys want to. What do you guys want on the right? We'll put GME down here. MGE, not GME. 196.23. SPY is probably going to bounce off VWAP just like it just did. So let's see what happens here. SPY calls or puts today. Texter 1, it depends. We haven't really seen it pick a direction. We've seen it fall below that 200 EMA with the technicals that I have set up saying sell, but it was so early in the market that I didn't want to take the trade. And then when we have them, when we have SPY within the VWAP, the 50, the 100, and the 200, that's when we usually start to see it like just hang out in this little range. But right now, it's coming back down to that 200 EMA. So let's see what happens. If we see the volume start to pick up here, then we could pick a direction, but I'm not going to be too greedy and try to YOLO on SPY, especially on a day like today. You want Prague up here? Yeah, we can do that. Apple holding up pretty good right now, coming back down though. Frog is flat, very, very flat. What are your thoughts on AMC for the rest of the week? I think we're gonna see just it ping pong around. I honestly think we're just gonna see it ping pong around. Could we see another red day today? Yeah, absolutely. We had a lot of bullish momentum in the pre-market, but the overall market was really getting going. All right. Yeah, SPY's not picking a big direction yet. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3. AMC 3418 still up 0.7. GME is down 0.5% right now. Prog is down 0.8. Honestly, very, very slow day right now. Keep Apple up. We completely understand. That's fine. I don't need to watch it all the time. Apple, you loser. What are you doing? Can you look at AERC? Yeah. What do they do? Arrow Clean. Sounds like what do you call it? That from Wolf of Wall Street. Arrow Time. All right, profile. Space air purification technology. Ooh, that's a good. Oh, it's those I know what this is. These are interesting companies right here. This tech is cool. They like clean the air and like kill germs in the air with like UV light. Very, very cool. That could be a good play if you're willing to take the risk on this one. GME down 0.5. AMC trying to come back up. SPY, it's just ping ponging around. SPY is still up 1.15% right now. SV getting verified next on Twitter. Hey, that would be pretty cool, but I don't think so. I think I only have like 21,000 followers on Twitter. And I'm not, and the qualifications for like getting verified are like, I don't think I meet them. Like you have to have like articles written about you and stuff. And like, who wants to write an article about a 22-year-old college student with a YouTube channel trading stocks? Nobody. SPY coming back up. There we go. Apple, you volatile little sucker, you. Wow, those contracts held up. Tesla, the only one not dropping. Are they just pumping again? Nah, Tesla's moving the same way that Apple is and that SPY is right now. Like if you look at look at this. If you look at these two charts right here, I mean, a little bit of divergence here. I mean, they're moving pretty similar. I mean, they're both big components of the SPY. All right. I'll write about your amazing Apple plays on my blog. Mark, you can do whatever you want. Pushing gotta work. Best of luck to you all. Pushing, best of luck to you. Kev, I'll write an article about you. I mean, the thing is that people usually need to get verified because there's a lot of people like impersonating them and then they try to scam like their followers. And I have never seen an impersonation account of me, which is, I see them on YouTube all the time, but I've never seen one on Twitter, which like I'm kind of happy about, but also at the same time, it's like, why aren't you impersonating me? Like, why? What's going on here? All right, AMC 3430, SPY coming back up above VWAP. Apple, what are you doing? Stop being a little sucker. Powell in 8 minutes. Oh, not again. Not again. All right, okay, that'll be fun. Powell in 8 minutes. Do you know where it is? Bliss? Do you know where? Let's see. I'll keep looking for it, but that's going to be interesting. Curious what Ford's at. I mean, they were above 20 for a while. They might have come down a little bit. Yeah, 1990. I mean, they're up. They're solid today. What's going on with Ford? Oh, best trade. Okay, yeah. That might be a little bit of a continuation on a CNBC pump. SPY doing absolutely nothing. SPY is okay. So that's what's going on right now. SPY is waiting for Powell. You can impersonate yourself. No. I used to be able to do a pretty good wrench impression. That was like my best one. I could only do like the first sentence though. Let me see if I can do it. Ugh. All right, here we go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rich Capital. That's all I got. Yeah, SPY's going to wait for Powell. Another speech? Come on now. Yeah, exactly. Watch Powell reverse stance and say inflation is transitory. The market rips. Honestly, I would not be shocked at all if Powell was like, yeah, no, he won't. Here's the thing. He won't say inflation is transitory, quote, but he'll be like, we don't expect inflation to be persistent. That's what he'll say. And everybody's just going to be like, okay, so transitory? If that happens, the market's just going to go, whoop, but it's not transitory. So I hope he pumps it. Yeah, you could. Thought I accidentally clicked on a wrench video. I mean, you could. You could. The moment the guy speaks, the market crash. Nah. You used to be better at it, says Jazz Cabbage. Man. Can't win today with you guys. All right. GameStop, 195. AMC, selling a little bit, 34. SPY is just waiting on Powell. Used to be better at it. Jazz Cabbage, get out of here, man. I'd like to hear all of you guys do a wrench impression. That's what I want to hear. All right. I second that. Tough. Yeah. Bliss saying tough crowd. Sorry, VIX. Should I just give it another try? Is that what we need? Oh, boy. All right. What's up, guys? Nope. See, I don't think I have it in me today. I don't think I got it. I don't think I got it today. I don't think I have it. I don't think I got it. Try a Yellen impression. Inflation. The global climate. I can't do it. It's not very good. My Yellen impression's not very good. Apple. There we go, buddy. I think you're just rusty. I think so. TMI's avocado. Everybody's coming after me today. You know what? It's fine. If you guys need somebody to pick on, you can pick on me. It's fine. I'll deal with it. I thought you were spot on, says Kev. Kev, you're my new favorite. It's behind Apple, though, because Apple is kind of my favorite right now. That was a good, okay, so good Yellen impression. There we go. I'll do a Yellen of AMC. So the shorts, they haven't covered their positions, and we expect them to I don't know. That was not good. You just have to say for 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean the Yellen, that was actually a really good Yellen. Yeah, it's harder to do it now that you can see his face. Maybe that's what it is. You gotta rasp your throat up a little bit, gurgle some mouthwash. What's up, guys? Welcome back. See, then I just make a weird face, and then nobody's having fun. All right, AMC 3411 doing all right. Apple doing the thing here, doing the thing. 200. Okay, that's fine. I might swing for the fences on this Apple one and just avoid the good faith violation. I don't want Weeble mad at me. All right. SPY getting some movement here. What's this range that we're 460? I mean, that's not bad. No, that's a 60-cent move. That's nothing. Apple. There we go. See, I do a Yellen impression. Everybody leaves. That's fine. I'll keep doing me. MTTR ripping. What's that? Matterport. Got options? Oh, they do. Yeah, but those are jacked. Oh my God. Those options are jacked. All right, let's get GME back up here. Let's get some GME back up here. All right, AMC 34.15, having a good time. SPY, trying to make that move up above what we have going on here, but we're going to need to see it break out of this range here and confirm it with all the other stuff that we're looking at in order to get into a SPY trade. because right now it's really just ping-ponging around waiting for Powell. And I'm not trying to force any trades. We don't need to be doing that right now. SCV still trading on Webull? Yeah, options. You can't, this is the thing. You can't avoid payment for order flow with options trading. You can't do it. It's not happening. So I like Webull because I'm the quickest on it. If I need to, if I'm trading, like I need to get into a play really, really quickly, I'm very, very quick. So that's why I still use it. But you can't avoid payment for order flow with options anywhere. Apple, rip. All right. SPY's looking like it wants to go now. All right. So that would be confirmation. If the second candle closes above this 200 MA, we might have to do something here. All right. Hold on. What in the... We might be doing something. I mean, that looks like a news move. Like that candle is a little bit of... It's a little newsy. Oh, boy. These contracts look nice. All right. AMC coming back up. Apple absolutely doing the thing. Having a great time. Can you impersonate TMI? I don't think I can. All right. I'll take one of these. Yeah, see, we're waiting for Powell. We're waiting for Powell. Actually, where is Powell? Powell should be live right now. Bloomberg Financial News. This is not on, right? All right, cool. What's going on with Bloomberg? They have Powell? Bloomberg does not have Powell up yet. All right, here's what we're going to do. All right. SPY trade is on. Let's have some fun. We are now in a SPY trade. Jay Powell, where you be? I don't know. We are now in a SPY trade. See what happens. Went very, very small because we do have Powell coming up. Will you stream Powell? I can if I find it. I haven't seen it anywhere right now. Here we go. Right here. Nothing yet. Committee on Financial Services. We got nothing right now. What are these SPY? These pro SPY contracts might be up a decent amount right now. 18%. Not bad. Let's see. We're going to swing for the fences on this one. Here it goes. See, this is what we were waiting for. We were waiting. See, the thing is it's still very, very early. We probably got them around here. But what I was waiting for was this break above right here, a little bit of a step up in volume. MACD is saying yes, it's above the 200 EMA, and we got the super trend saying go for it. So let's see what happens. Bummer AMC. Yeah, I'll stream Powell. All right, AMC getting a nice little pop here, back to 34.50. There we go. All right. Let's see what happens on this SPY play. All right. Do work today, folks. We got this. Yeah, we do. Also, if you guys don't mind just dropping some likes on the stream, it just helps us get some more people in here. So thank you to you guys who have already done that and who are going to. It really helps out a lot. Let's see. We got Apple ripping. We got SPY coming down a little bit right now. We do not have Powell on yet, though. So here's the thing. When Powell comes on, right now, this is going to be a very, very... See, we're seeing a little bit of red here. This is going to be a very, very quick trade before Powell starts to make statements. So once Powell starts to come on, I'm probably just going to get out and take the tiny, tiny gain. Because remember what happened with Powell last time. He just basically sent everything tumbling, which if you're in daily SPY calls, that's not helpful. What do we got here? Hold on. Yeah, I mean, it still says green. Let's see what happens. All right. I'm trying to see when. Oh, here we go. Powell's on. Or Powell's not on, but yeah, we're probably getting out of this. We're probably going to just ditch out of this right now. Screw it. I'm not messing around with Powell today. Oh, that was weird, but we'll see. If Powell comes back on and starts talking reckless, we'll play around. But that was quick in and out, 10, 15%. I'll take it. Okay. Let's see. There's literally, okay, what I have up here is literally just people walking around in a courtroom. Oh, I see Jerome Powell. He's shaking hands with somebody. He's right next to Yellen. That's cool. Do we want to risk it for the biscuit? No, we don't. We want to stack up that cash balance is what we want to do. We don't want Jerome Powell messing with our positions. So I got some more UVXY says feed. There you go, buddy. All right. We're going to change the title on this one. All right. I mean, I don't know. The technicals made sense for the SPY trade, and it is coming back up. I did cut it very early. But the thing is I just this Powell uncertainty, I just not a giant fan of. And remember, I still have those Apple contracts, so basically I still have SPY exposure. So there was no reason for me to double dip. But I don't have any exposure on the downside. So if everything started to go against me, like it would just go from like having a great time to having a very less great time. Let's see. All right. They talking yet? No. Yellen's just sitting around speaking. AMC making a move here, 34.57. GME at 196. Yeah, let's see what happens here. AERC going to be easy money today. The power hour going to explode, says Douglas. Douglas, good luck, man. I mean, that company's pretty cool. So that would be very interesting to see how that one plays out. Hold on. I'm going to. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, they're not doing anything yet. They're doing zero. They're sitting in the courtroom. What's the best day of the week usually to buy options? There's really no best day of the week. Sometimes it really just depends on what you're seeing. AMC 34.60 doing pretty good right now. SPY making a move back up here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I botched that one because everything was saying it was going to go up, but I don't know. I'm just looking at what Powell and Yellen could potentially say about everything, especially oil, in this meeting, and I think there's potential for randomly one statement's made, big red candle. So riot news. Oh, SPY. Yeah. Messed that one up a little bit. Not going to chase it right now. Riot doing pretty good. Yeah. Damn. All right. That's fine. Yeah, man. That kind of stinks. All right. That's not what I wanted. Oh, man, that was shoot. Oh, man. What month am I AMC options? I mean, I don't really want to say. I don't want people piling into them because one of them, the close one, I'm rolling out. You didn't follow your trading plan. No, I didn't because of, well, yeah. I mean, because of Powell. Yeah, I didn't follow the plan. Shoot. You're watching the second best SPY trader that's ever lived now. I'm kidding. All right. What are those contracts at now? Yeah, it's not that much of a gain. Yeah, that's not that crazy. Sorry, bud. Didn't mean to disappoint you. No, you're good. I'm more focused on like what Powell's gonna do. Like that's really it. Like these contracts are like about to the ones that I had are like about to go in the money right now. So it kind of stinks, man. Pelosi is an amazing investor. Yeah. So you guys are just watching me like, all right. All right. Are they speaking yet? Nope. They're just taking pictures of Powell. That's what's going on over there. They're taking pictures of Jerome. Yeah, I mean, whoever got into those SPY calls doing pretty good right now. So good for you. I made like $10. All right. Oh boy. Oh God. Here we go. We're gonna get some tough questions today. GOP wants U.S. to boost domestic oil output if SPR is tapped. All right. Oh, here we go.
The committee will come to order. Without objection, the chair is authorized to declare recess of the committee at any time. As a reminder, I ask all members participating remotely to keep themselves muted when they are not being recognized. We will conclude today's hearing at 12:15 p.m. Members who were unable to ask questions at our September 30th hearing with Secretary Yellen and Chair Powell will be given priority to ask their questions today, and we will return to our...
Can you guys hear that, or is it bad? Let me know. Can you guys hear it, or is it not coming through?
Oversight of the Treasury Department's and Federal Reserve's pandemic response. I now recognize myself for 4 minutes to give an opening statement. Welcome back, Secretary Yellen and Chair Powell. As this pandemic continues, the Biden administration and congressional Democrats remain hard at work to provide protections and essential relief to individuals, families, and small businesses across the country. The emergence of the new Omicron variant shows us that this crisis is not over, and we must remain vigilant to protect our country and our families from the devastation of COVID-19. Since Democrats have been in power, we have delivered for the American public. Democrats provided rental relief for struggling renters, provided 70,000 vouchers to address homelessness, provided support to state and local governments, and helped our nation's restaurants. Democrats helped businesses reopen, prioritize vaccine distribution, and because of this work, 74.5% of individuals 5 years and older have received at least one shot. In fact, this Thanksgiving was the first time since the pandemic began that many of us spent time in person with our friends and families. Under President Biden's leadership, the economy has created 5.6 million jobs, more than any other administration's first 9 months, and weekly jobless claims recently fell.
So this is exactly what I was looking at and worried about right here with holding those SPY calls. So that's why I got out. Right now, we're seeing the market start to react and come to the downside as this meeting starts to heat up. So let's see what happens. But this is exactly why I was quick in and out with those. I mean, it's just flickering around right now, but it is coming down a little bit. Let's see what the statements they said, like, we'll see what statements are made that are going to really drive the price action. But that's kind of why, even though the technicals were saying, yeah, it's going to go, I was just a little like, it was just a little bit of a weird, like we have Powell, and especially what happened yesterday. It's like, might as well wait. So let's put it back on.
Our Senate colleagues move quickly to send this bill to the president's desk.
Green candle.
While these investments will be critical, the Fed's unfinished objectives of full employment and price stability serve as a reminder that we must not leave anyone behind during this recovery. Chair Powell has identified supply chain bottlenecks and ongoing caregiving needs as two of the major barriers to continued economic recovery. Congressional Democrats have responded by passing bills that invest in child care and help clear those bottlenecks. It is crucial that the Fed hold off on declaring a premature victory on this economic recovery until the communities that have been hit the hardest, people of color, renters who fell behind on their rent, and women who have done the bulk of the caregiving, have a chance to experience the recovery. If we're truly to build back better, we must ensure that people of color are represented in the Fed's leadership. We must make sure that people's caregiving needs are met so that they can pursue new opportunities in education, clean energy, and more. We must address the root causes of rising prices by investing in housing and supply chain resilience. Secretary Yellen, Chair Powell, I look forward to discussing your ongoing work to respond to the pandemic. I will now recognize the ranking member of the committee, the gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. McHenry, for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And Chair Powell, congratulations on your renomination. I'm glad to see President Biden recognizes what I've said all along is that you've earned and deserve another term leading the Federal Reserve. Under your leadership, the Fed took decisive and unprecedented action to prevent the COVID-related economic challenges from becoming an economic or financial crisis for Americans. But there's more work to be done. We need to unwind these firefighting measures and turn our focus to rebuilding the economy, which, thanks to pro-growth Republican policies, was the greatest in our lifetimes just prior to the pandemic. It's the Fed's job to look at and evaluate the macroeconomic picture. It's not their job to respond to each and every variant. But it's not just the pandemic that is posing a threat to our full recovery. It's Democrats' bad fiscal policy decisions that is driving inflation. Right before Thanksgiving, House Democrats passed another massive multi-trillion-dollar spending bill. Our economy is feeling the full force of that politically motivated decision. Look at the job market. In September, job openings and labor turnover survey reported more than 10 million unfilled jobs, remaining near a record high. 4.4 million people quit their jobs, an all-time high. Labor shortages continue to hold back growth and weaken the backbone of our economy, small businesses. And instead of seeking bipartisan solutions to support working parents as we continue to manage COVID, Democrats opted for unworkable mandates. The NFIB's small business survey for October showed the economic outlook deteriorating to its lowest level since November 2012. Our labor force participation rate has stagnated since June 2020. What do these things have in common? All these issues have in common bad fiscal policy, not a question of monetary policy. Nearly half of small businesses report they had job openings unfilled. They were not able to even get qualified applicants to. 58% indicated they had few or no qualified applicants, in fact. Look at consumer prices. From a year ago through October, the headline CPI rose to 6.2%. the largest annual increase in 30 years. Consumer sentiment for November dropped to its lowest level in a decade. In fact, American families just experienced the most expensive Thanksgiving on record. Now, Democrats want to blame increased prices on American businesses or some other force. It's their policies. It's their policies. It's coming from inside the House. It's coming from inside the Senate. It's coming from inside this administration. They're driving up costs for the American people. In fact, in October, the San Francisco Fed released a report showing that Democrat policies are harming our recovery. So what do House Democrats do? Well, they spend more money. That was the big vote in just before Thanksgiving. More money. That's pouring jet fuel onto an inflationary trajectory we have in the economy. Well, speaking of fuel, though, just look at gas prices. This is the bad policies from this administration. When you shut off American energy sources, it drives up the cost of petrochemicals in our economy. And outsourcing that to OPEC actually makes us more dependent on other foreign sources. So as important as it for us to hear from both of you today, in fact, this is the final remnant of the CARES Act, the fact that you two are mandated to come and appear before us on a quarterly basis about programs that have now been rescinded. But this is the final remnant of the CARES Act, which was, by the way, a bipartisan bill passed through the House and the Senate, signed by the president last year. But we look forward to hearing from you today about this broad economic question that we're all very concerned about. And as we discuss these policies and what we're doing to address them, I hope that we can talk about solutions, not just the problem. With that, I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. McHenry. I now recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Green, for 1 minute. Mr. Green.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're now recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, the Fed is a lender of last resort, and I compliment the Fed for what it's done under its 13-3 authority to create 9 emergency facilities, 7 of which were supported by funds from the Treasury. But I would like to make a note. Today, currently, unemployment for African American workers is 7.9% and 5.9% for Latino workers, higher than the national average of 4.6% and 4% for whites. Hence, today we must ask, in view of how unemployment rates still vary dramatically across races, what more can the Federal Reserve do as a lender of last resort to advance its mandate to foster economic conditions that achieve both maximum employment and stable prices, not just for some, but for all? What can regulators do, not only to continue to bolster the economic recovery, but also the pandemic? We have to deal with it and reduce the insecurity as it relates to the wealth gap. I look forward to hearing the witnesses respond to this and other questions.
I now recognize the gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Emmer, for 1 minute.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My constituents just experienced the most expensive Thanksgiving dinner in history.
So it just looks like they're making some opening statements right now. And I saw somebody say that my feed was behind. This says it's live and it's on CNBC. I have not seen Powell or Yellen say anything yet. We can put it back on once they start talking, but I don't think we really need to hear their statements about the economy right now. I don't think that's going to help a lot of us out right now. Also, fun fact, I don't think I'm facing a good faith violation anymore. So, I mean, that's kind of neat. But yeah, this is what I was saying about the SPY. It's just like, I mean, the trade is the trade that I entered around here is probably still up, but I got out. But I'm waiting for Powell and Yellen to start making statements that could potentially spook the market. So they're going to get asked questions too, but not yet. This is going to be over at 12:15. We won't be on for all of that time, but we'll be on till pretty close, I believe. But yeah, So that was the thought process behind this buy trade. If the Fed meeting was not happening, I would have 100% stayed in that, 100%. But remember what we saw yesterday with Powell trying to retire the word transitory, and then what else? He wants to speed up the taper, which I did. That was unexpected. We didn't really hear much about that before yesterday, but remember, it's kind of already priced in now. So they're going to talk about it at the December meeting. And I don't think it'll spook the market a whole lot. Remember, when they announced the taper, the market went crazy. But let's see what happens. I'll keep that feed up. Let me see and see if Powell starts to speak. But actually, let's do it like this so I can come here and then shrink this down a little bit, so I can see who's talking and I can see the chat at the same time. Cool. Perfect. SCV, will you quit school if you MOAS? I mean, I'm in my last year, so I feel like that would be silly. AMC getting a nice little pop here, though. SPY, I mean, hanging out. What's Apple doing? Apple, I mean, the contracts are almost back in the money. So a little bit of a sell-off there. Big red candle. Same thing right here when we saw this meeting start. But, I mean, I might just hold these. Swing for the fences, huh? Vote them all out, says Bliss. Yeah, I mean, they're all bad. This is the thing. Like, people will pick sides and be like, your side is worse than my side. But it's just, in my mind, it's like everybody's bad. It's just going to be this, like what people say, the giant circle blank of what they're doing. Fed as a group of extremely rich people who run the world, not a part of USA, was part of a secret. Interesting, Sam. That's very interesting. Yeah. See, SPY not doing anything right now. Oh, Yellen's talking. Hold on. Here we go.
It points to a clear conclusion. Our economic recovery is on track. We're averaging 500,000 new jobs per month since January. GDP now exceeds its pre-pandemic levels. Our unemployment rate is at its lowest level since the start of the pandemic, and our economy is on pace to reach full employment 2 years faster than the Congressional Budget Office had estimated. Of course, the progress of our economic recovery can't be separated from our progress against the pandemic. And I know that we're all following the news about the Omicron variant. As the president said, we're still waiting for more data. What remains true is that our best protection against the virus is the vaccine. People should get vaccinated and boosted. At this point, I'm confident that our recovery remains strong and is even quite remarkable when put in context. We should not forget that last winter, there was a risk that our economy was going to slip into prolonged recession. And there is an alternate reality where right now, millions more people cannot find a job or are losing the roofs over their heads. It's clear that what has separated us from that counterfactual are the bold relief measures Congress has enacted during the crisis. The CARES Act, the Consolidated Appropriations Act, and the American Rescue Plan. And it's not just the passage of these laws that's made the difference, but their effective implementation. Treasury, as you know, was tasked with administering a large portion of the relief funds provided by Congress under those bills. During our last quarterly hearing, I spoke extensively about the state and local relief program, but I wanted to update you on some other measures. First, the American Rescue Plan's expanded child tax credit.
I think she's just offering her opening statements too. This isn't a response to, this isn't like a response to a question. This is just another opening statement. So I'll keep a lookout here, but I mean, we don't need to listen to Janet Yellen talk about what she thinks of the economy and all of the data that we've already heard before. I mean, I've got the closed captioning up so I can see what they're talking about, but I mean, what are we doing? Like, we're going to listen to Janet Yellen just be like, oh, we're on track. This could have been said in 10 sentences, not 17 million. Yellen is paid by Citadel. She has been paid by Citadel in the past. All right, Apple getting some movement here, and SPY is coming down. That's a nice move. If we're seeing Apple start to hold up as the market's selling off, I mean, that's pretty nice. But hey, SB, any feels on Gogoro and PPGH yet? Andy, no, I have not had a chance to look at that. That was the SPAC merger, right? Was that the electric scooters? I think that was what you were talking about. That could be interesting. But yeah, so red candle on the SPY here. Let's see what happens. What's Yellen saying? Well, I mean, she's not responding to a question. This is most likely just a reaction to the meeting happening. Very different. Oh, she's talking about debt limit.
America must pay its bills on time and in full. If we do not, we will eviscerate our current recovery.
Big word.
In a matter of days, the majority of Americans would suffer financial pain as critical payments like Social Security checks and military paychecks would not reach their bank accounts, and that would likely be followed by a deep recession. The second action involves the Build Back Better legislation. I applaud the House for passing the bill, and I'm hopeful that the Senate will soon follow. Build Back Better is the right economic decision for many reasons. It will, for example, end the childcare crisis in this country, letting parents return to work. These investments, we expect, will lead to a GDP increase over the long term without increasing the national debt or deficit by $1. In fact, the offsets in these bills mean they actually reduce annual deficits over time. Thanks to your work, we have ensured that America will recover from this pandemic. Now, with this bill, we have the chance to ensure America thrives in a post-pandemic world. With that, I'm happy to take your questions.
Thank you very much. Chair Powell, you are now recognized for 5 minutes to present your testimony.
Chairwoman Waters, Ranking Member McHenry, and other members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. The economy has continued to strengthen. It's on. It's on already. Can you hear me?
No, I cannot. Is his mic on,
The
please?
right red talk button is on.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
How's that?
yes, that's better.
Okay, sorry. Starting over. Chairwoman Waters, Ranking Member McHenry, and other members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. The economy has continued to strengthen. The rise in Delta variant cases temporarily slowed progress this past summer, restraining previously rapid growth in household and business spending, intensifying supply chain disruptions, and in some cases, keeping people from returning to work or looking for a job. Fiscal and monetary policy and the healthy financial positions of households and businesses continue to support aggregate demand. Recent data suggests that the post-September decline in cases corresponded to a pickup in economic growth. GDP appears on track to grow about 5% in 2021, the fastest pace in many years. As with overall economic activity, conditions in the labor market have continued to improve. The Delta variant contributed to slower job growth this summer as factors related to the pandemic, such as caregiving needs and fears of the virus, kept some people out of the labor force despite strong demand for workers. Nonetheless, October saw job growth of 531,000 and the unemployment rate fell to 4.6%, indicating a rebound in the pace of labor market improvement. There is still ground to cover to reach maximum employment for both employment and labor force participation, and we expect progress to continue. The economic downturn has not fallen equally, and those least able to shoulder the burden have been the hardest hit. In particular, despite progress, joblessness continues to fall disproportionately on African Americans and Hispanics. Pandemic-related supply and demand imbalances have contributed to notable price increases in some areas. Supply chain problems have made it difficult for producers to meet strong demand, particularly for goods. Increases in energy prices and rents are also pushing inflation upward. As a result, overall inflation is running well above our 2 PCE price index, up 5% over the 12 months ending in October. Most forecasters, including at the Fed, continue to expect that inflation will move down significantly over the next year as supply and demand imbalances abate. It is difficult to predict the persistence and effects of supply constraints, but it now appears that factors pushing inflation upward will linger well into next year. In addition, with the rapid improvement in the labor market, slack is diminishing and wages are rising at a brisk pace. We understand that high inflation imposes significant burdens, especially on those less able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are committed to our price stability goal. We will use our tools both to support the economy and a strong labor market and to prevent higher inflation from becoming entrenched. The recent rise in COVID-19 cases and the emergence of the Omicron variant pose downside risks to employment and economic activity and increased uncertainty for inflation. Greater concerns about the virus could reduce people's willingness to work in person, which would slow progress in the labor market and intensify supply chain disruptions. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to support a full recovery in employment and achieve our price stability goal. Thank you.
Did he really just say that inflationary pressures will back off as the supply chain opens up, but then said it's going to be persistent? Make up your mind, bro. Jeez. All right, let's see. I think we're gonna get some questions now. That was just like, come on, really? You're gonna say that, oh, we expect because of economic data that the inflationary pressures are going to kind of step back, and then he's like, oh, well, like also at the same time they're gonna be persistent into 2022. Come on, dude. Just pick a direction.
Progress we're making. Chair Powell, the American Rescue Plan that passed in March helped accelerate vaccinations and reopenings over the last 9 months. The economy has added over 5.6 million jobs, and workers have started to see meaningful wage growth for the first time in decades. Do you view these wage growth trends as positive? How does your economic recovery compare with other major economies? And do you still think that inflation will be temporary? And if so, why?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. So on wages, we have seen wages moving up significantly. And at this point, of course, we like to see wages move up. Everyone likes to see wages move up. That's how incomes rise generation to generation. And so particularly at the lower end of the wage spectrum, we are seeing wages move up. At this point, we don't see them moving up at a troubling rate that would tend to spark higher inflation, but that's something we're watching very carefully. In terms of other economies, our recovery is the strongest. It's stronger than the others. We've had we had stronger fiscal support, frankly, and so part of it is that. But our recovery is really the farthest advanced of any of the largest ones. In terms of the temporary nature of inflation, I would say that the inflation that we're seeing is still clearly connected to pandemic-related factors. I would also add, though, that it has spread more broadly in the economy, and I think that the risk of persistent higher inflation has clearly risen. And I think that our policy has adapted to that and will continue to adapt.
If you could expound a little bit more on what is happening. I remember when we first started to talk about inflation, we basically all talked about it in terms of it being transitory. And I think that what you just alluded to relative to how the economy will act or recover, are you directly talking about stimulating the economy with, for example, Build Back Better, and that will help with the inflation that we're experiencing?
Well, I do think that forecasters at the Fed and around pretty much all forecasters do expect that inflation will move down over the second half of next year, closer to our longer run goal of 2%. But as I mentioned, we've seen inflation be more persistent. We've seen the factors that are causing higher inflation be more persistent. There, I'm thinking of the combination of very high demand, but also the supply side difficulties that we're having with blockages and that sort of thing, and shortages. In terms of the effects of the Build Back Better bill, that's not something that it's appropriate for me to comment on.
Thank you. Secretary Yellen, when you were Fed chair, you were known for looking beyond the top line unemployment rate to other figures like the rate of employees quitting, the so-called quits rate, to determine whether the economy was reaching full employment. The quits rate has surpassed previous records, leading some to label what has happened in the economy as the Great Resignation. When Chair Powell testified in our committee in July, he identified child care and school closures as one of the biggest barriers to further labor market recovery. Can you explain what the quit rate tells us about the economy today? And do you believe that the investments that the Build Back Better Act would make in child care and universal pre-K help with this?
Well, the quit rate, when it is high, and as you mentioned, it's the highest it's been in the history of this series, it signifies a tight labor market, one where workers are leaving their jobs because they feel confident about their ability to get others, often are getting outside offers and feel good about the labor market. And that's what we have, and we see it reflected in surveys of workers who feel that jobs are plentiful. And of course, businesses almost universally complain now about the difficulty of hiring workers. But this is a very unusual shock that's hit the economy. And at the same time, we see that a large number of workers have their participation in the labor force has declined, and it hasn't yet gotten back up to normal levels. In some cases, it's because there were early retirements. And of course, the pandemic did result in, unfortunately, a large death toll. But I think there are still many people who, especially low-income workers, who don't feel confident that about the health consequences of working, especially in face-to-face type jobs. And so those people are still out of the labor force. And I think as we get greater control over the pandemic, the supply of workers will increase as those people come back to work.
The gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. McHenry, who is a ranking member of the committee, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Chair Powell, the last time we were here, in fact, both in September and July, I asked you about this. The Fed incorporates new spending from the fiscal house, from Congress and the White House. They incorporate that into projections, right? And the effects of your monetary decisions with the knowns of fiscal policy. And at the time, you've said this twice before, I think you'll say it again, but a lot depends on the details. Certainly you incorporate that information, but a lot depends on the details. Is that still true?
Yes.
Okay. So in light of that, we had in February a Democrat-only proposal that made it into law and spent $2 trillion. And then we have just last week another bill the administration supports that enhances the deficit, according to the Congressional Budget Office, raises the deficit by $400 billion. And so we have those two large fiscal pieces here. When Chair Waters asked Secretary Yellen, when Chair Waters asked the chairman of the Federal Reserve whether or not spending more money from the fiscal house will improve inflation, I think what she asks, instead of improve, I want to translate for the public. When a Democrat says improve inflation, it means enhance or raise inflation, just to be clear. Okay? So my friends on the left, when they say improve inflation, they want more of it. So, Secretary Yellen, to this point, now these things are imprecise. Policymaking is imprecise. But back in February, there was an output gap this administration acknowledged, right, in economic projections, and came to Congress for a fiscal stimulus in the name of COVID, but a fiscal stimulus, right? Is it fair to say that maybe you overshot in February?
Well, I think it's fair to say that we had a sizable fiscal stimulus. We were very concerned that the most significant risk facing the American economy was a shortage of jobs and a prolonged downturn that would scar many people, particularly the most
But in
vulnerable.
February, the output gap, right, versus what the fiscal stimulus was that your administration pushed for and got, perhaps you overshot. Is that fair to say? Is that a fair assumption?
Well, I don't think that's a fair assumption.
It's not. So Jason
we
Furman
addressed what
and
was a very substantial risk. And as Chair Powell just mentioned, the United States.
okay, so you think that fiscal
recovery
reclaiming my
any-
time, Madam Chair.
Now, look, the inflation.
I'm asking a very particular question about the output gap. The output gap at the beginning of the year was $300 to $400 billion, right? Economists on the left and right were saying that was about right.
I think it was extremely hard under the circumstances to have any
Okay,
certainty
and I'm asking a very reasonable
about what
question.
what
As a
was the output
policymaker.
gap.
Okay, as a policymaker, I'm just asking you,
This is awkward. They're just arguing. This is so awkward.
what is a pretty lousy economic agenda, but you're doing a great job trying to sell this administration's agenda. The economic question that I hear from economists on the left now is that, and your former San Francisco Fed even acknowledges that February stimulus contributed to the inflation we're now experiencing.
Well, look, inflation.
Is that a fair assumption or not?
Inflation is a matter of demand and supply. And it's certainly true that the American Rescue Plan put money in people's pockets, helped them meet expenses that they had, and contributed to strong demand in the US economy. But if you look at the amount of inflation that we have and its causes, that is at most a small contributor. The pandemic and what it's done to supply chains, diverting demand away from services and massively onto goods, which has resulted in supply chain problems and the impact we have seen that's now been long lasting on labor supply due to the pandemic. I would say those are very important.
But there's a distinction
factors.
here between a supply shock and a demand issue, right? Is that fair to understand?
The recovery plan did boost demand, and that's one reason that most households are in a favorable financial position, much better than they otherwise would have been, and it's enabled their spending. But the fact that the spending, because of the pandemic, has been so focused on.
All right. They're not really going anywhere with that question. He's asking a simple question about the output gap, and basically he's asking a question that we kind of already know the answer to, that did the fiscal stimulus attribute to the inflationary pressures we are seeing right now? Obviously it did. It's an obvious answer. And Yellen's just kind of like dance around it, be like, nah, well, but this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, come on, we can get to the more important stuff that's going to move the market. That's really what we're looking at that for. Apple, absolutely going on a tear right now, having a great time with Apple. The SPY was liking that question right there, I guess. There was nothing really being said. It's like, did the stimmy participate or it contribute to inflation? Yeah. Next question. Come on, let's keep it going. But Apple's she's beating around the bush. So is Powell with those questions. That honestly might be what we see in a lot of what this whole financial services committee, Yellen and Powell testifying. Unless there's like a really interesting pointed question, then we're not going to see much. Lucid, what's Lucid doing? Hold on. Apple's getting a move here. Lucid ripping. What's going on here? I don't know. Lucid and Apple. Rippy, rippy, rippy. Keep the money presses. Yeah. They're all right. Next question. I think inflation more important. Top. Okay. Another inflation question. Let's see what they have to say quickly, and then we'll just turn it off if it's BS again.
We've added almost 6 million jobs, some 620,000 jobs per month. And we've seen the stock market rise from 26,000 to 36,000. Now it's backed off to about 35,000 in the last year at $1.4 billion per point. It's almost up $13 trillion since Joe Biden won the election last year. We've seen GDP up dramatically over the last year. And my friends, I appreciate that the Republicans want to talk about inflation because that's all they can talk about. So I'd like to ask my first question of you, Secretary Yellen. Unemployment is falling at the fastest rate in 50 years and is now at 4.6%. Prior to the American Rescue Plan passing, the Congressional Budget Office projected it would take until the fourth quarter of 2023 to get to 4.6% unemployment.
It's data we already knew.
Madam Secretary, my question is on Build Back Better. And how will it help in terms of the recovery and create more opportunities for everyday Americans?
Well, thank you for that question. Build Back Better is really focused.
Yeah, that's another fiscal policy question, not really monetary policy. The market really probably has priced in all of the fiscal policy stuff with Build Back Better and the infrastructure stuff. What we don't really know about is Fed taper, inflation, and that's really it. Rate hike, maybe the market might be pricing in a rate hike sooner now because if they finish up the taper, what happens next? Rate hike. So with all of that type of stuff, I mean, it's almost not worth listening to that. So we're going to try to cherry pick what they have going on. But let's see. Apple going on an absolute tear right now. That's what we like to see. SPY is making a little bit of a move back up. I honestly don't know if I'm going to do anything on SPY today because I already kind of have exposure to a lot of the S&P 500 with these Apple calls. So why double dip? Because if stuff starts to go against you, then we're getting hit from two sides. So I'm probably going to leave these Apple calls for a little bit. And then I don't know. I mean, I'm probably going to swing for the fences on this one. I have the 167.5 strikes. Like they're killing it right now. SPY making a move back up. Apple trying to get there. Lucid having a time right now. Remember, last time we looked at Lucid, it was only up 0.5%. Now it's up 4.7. So doing all right. AMC moved back into the green. It is at up 0.65% right now. And then how's GameStop doing? GameStop down 1. Volume 391,000. Very, very, very low. Very low. IWM, what's going on there? IWM getting a nice pop here. Apple, I want to see Apple at 170. That's what I want to see. Maybe I'll trim a contract at 170. If we hit 170 today on Apple, I'll consider taking one off the table. If not, I might just hold them. Screw it. Might as well. Scared money don't make money. The problem is that they could easily say something in this hearing that spooks everything. And then it's like, then everything starts to come down and then I would ditch out really quick. But last time we saw the market sell off yesterday when Apple was up this much, it held up pretty nicely, but it's going right now. What is going on with Lucid too? Lucid 4.5, SPY doing its thing. Let's see. What do you think about Prague? I like Prague. I haven't really checked on it today. I do have those longer dated calls. Yeah, down a little bit. Not worried. Very small position that I have in Prague. What do we want over here? GME. Oh, only cash makes the IRS is. Oh, they're talking about the IRS. What are they laughing about? Are they laughing about taxes right now? Don't laugh about taxes. Don't you laugh about taxes. I do not want to see people in the government laughing about taxes. I do not want to have to pay a lot of those. Sorry, I just ooh, SPY's getting a move here. Let's see. Federal Reserve Board. Work with you. These closed captions are hilarious. I saw some wild ones go through that are just not even close to what they were saying. Like, not even close. It was so funny. I'm with that. Let's see. Oh God, you guys are getting wild in the chat. It's fine. We're having a decent day on AMC right now. Only up 0.5%. SPY's doing all right. How are the technical? I mean, it's triggered by, but what's that move? 462.20. I mean, that's a dollar move. That's not bad. If it continues, though, I would expect to see it reflect in Apple, and that would be beautiful because these Apple contracts right now are having an unbelievable time. Doing pretty good with the cash balance. SPY coming down a little bit. All right. They laugh because they don't have to pay taxes. Yeah, screw them. Yeah, I don't want to have to pay a lot of taxes. I know my like the thing is I'm gonna have to pay like some taxes this year, and it's gonna hurt my soul. I'm gonna buy a lot of computers and just be like write off. Just computers everywhere. All right. A little bit of red here. Let's see what happens. Wow, you guys are really going at it with those toys that you're gonna send the what do you call it? Oh, hold on. Here we go.
To transitory inflation. I think most Americans, sir, define transitory as temporary, but the strain on their monthly budgets and paychecks from this inflation does not seem transitory or temporary. If that's not what you mean, then could you explain the Fed's meaning, please?
Sure. So the word transitory to some, as you suggest, has a sense of short-lived, a matter of months.
To some?
Whereas when we're using it in a specific way to say that transitory to us means that this episode, however lengthy it is, will not leave a persistent long-run string of high inflation behind it.
Hi, my name's Jerome Powell, and my second job is Webster Dictionary, where I change the definition of words that people already know the definition to.
Clear communication. When you have a word that means different things to different people, we just need to move on and find a better way to explain ourselves. And most forecasters still do think, overwhelmingly believe that inflation will come down significantly in the second half of next year. But as I've said, the risks of higher inflation have moved up. Higher, more persistent.
Is soaring debt and deficits and excessive spending and dumping stimulus spending after stimulus spending after stimulus spending into our economy, will that be a driver of inflation?
So I guess I would say I don't want to comment on fiscal policy directly.
I'm just saying in general.
In general, so if you go back to last March, the median of the blue chip, the best resource forecasters thought that inflation would be right about at our target, March of this year. What was wrong with that analysis was really that we understood demand would be strong. We didn't understand how the significant problems of the supply side, which are very hard. They were unique.
And how much money there would be in households and in the
demand is very, very strong, both from no question, from fiscal policy and also from the quickly rebounding economy. The economy is very strong now.
I agree. So, Secretary Yellen, let me ask you, the CBO, and they reflect one of the more conservative scores, has said that Biden's spending bill, the most recent one, will add $367 billion to the deficit. Could you describe the long-term consequences of too much fiscal spending on financial markets and the price of consumer goods?
So let me first put the CBO number that you mentioned in perspective.
What? How are you? Oh man, you're gonna just say that inflation, the definition of transitory is different in the way that we're using it, because oh my god, these idiots. Basically what they're saying is it's not transitory. It's just not. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I stopped it. I'm watching the closed captioning. If I see something that's interesting that we should take a look at, I'll play it, but it's not, they're talking about Yellen. Like
in July, you identified caregiving needs as one of the major barriers people face in getting back to work following the COVID pandemic. Studies over 80% of South Texans residing in my congressional district identify as Latino, but only 19.5% of 3 and 4-year-olds are enrolled in publicly funded preschool. What impact do you think Build Back Better Act will have in supporting our economic recovery and getting folks back to work? I know we're talking about this labor shortage, but specifically, do you believe investing in childcare and universal pre-K will bolster our economic and labor market recovery?
Yes, I absolutely do. As I mentioned previously, one of the reasons that even before the pandemic, women's labor force participation in the United States fell short of that in many developed countries is the lack of public support for childcare and paid family leave. And during the pandemic, this became so much worse because of the issues in childcare and schools not being open, but many childcare facilities closed, and people who work in childcare that involves face-to-face contact, health concerns have held people back from going to work there. So Build Back Better will subsidize childcare so that it's affordable for almost all American families, and provide 2 years of universal pre-K for 3 and 4-year-olds. And research that Treasury recently summarized in a working paper shows that this will boost labor supply, particularly that of women. And more recently, the Congressional Budget Office also published a paper that opines that this is likely to have positive impacts on employment.
Thank you. And as you know, in the CARES Act we established the Paycheck Protection Program, which has been administered by the SBA in concert with Treasury to provide economic relief and emergency payroll support to small businesses hit most by the pandemic. The program provided a lifeline for many small businesses in my district and across the country. But however, we reached a struggle to reach businesses in communities of color. And as I mentioned earlier, over 80% of my district is Latino, and over 19,000 businesses applied for PPP. Only 23.25% identified as Latino. How can we look at this information and learn how to better reach minority-owned businesses to ensure they have the same access to these resources? And what are we doing to make this happen?
Yes, well, I mean, in the more recent payroll protection program, priority was given to CDFIs and MDIs to have access to those funds in order to provide better support to minority areas. And going forward, Congress has provided considerable resources.
Oh, what's up, Moon Gang? How we doing, guys? We're going to put that on pause for a bit. I'm watching for it. I'm looking for anything on inflation and tapering, because those are only the two things that are going to be moving the market right now. SPY's trying to make that move back down a little bit. It's slowly humping right here. And then we got Apple still absolutely ripping. We got AMC on a little bit of a boom candle right here. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we're up 0.85 now. GME got a nice little candle there too. What's going on, Moon Gang, though? How we doing? Welcome back, everybody. How we doing? How are we doing? For all you new people hopping in right now, if you guys don't mind just dropping some likes on the stream on your way in, it just helps us get some more people in here. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys don't want to, you don't have to. But it does help me out a lot. So thank you guys. But let's see. She sounds way too old. STV, what's up, AMC Trapper? How you doing, buddy? Honest answer. We were doing some Yellen impressions earlier. It's a fun time. Having a good time. I mean, these Apple calls are still crushing it. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to hold them. They're kind of deep in the money right now, sort of, but we'll see what happens. Good morning. What's up, Shelly? The only thing that moves the markets is noise. Exactly. But we're waiting for that noise because that noise makes us money. Right now, nothing's really happening. We're seeing the SPY just bounce around. Yesterday, I mean, a lot of what they're going to talk about today kind of was priced in yesterday. So the SPY still up 1.68% on the day. I don't really know if I'm going to do much with it today. AMC coming back down a little bit, still at 34.14, GME at 192.90, down 1.69%. How's everybody feeling today? Take a shot every time you hear them say transitory. I mean, we could, but what is it? It's 11.05 right now where I'm at, and I feel like that would be a poor idea. STV, what's good? What's up, Darth? How you doing, man? By the way, I have nothing, utter disdain and contempt for these people. All right. I mean, yeah, it happens. It happens. Money in circulation. Yeah, they're just saying the same stuff. Got some 170 Apple calls. There you go. I had a little bit of a there it goes. I have a little strangle on it right now. I got it yesterday. I have two of the 167 and a halves and one of the hold on. I have one of the just for some downside protection if the market decided to really poop itself again. I have one of the 157 and a half puts. That's down 73%. The calls are up 400%. So, I mean, if I just put the put money into the calls, I would have made more money, but trying to play a little bit safe here. The Apple absolutely ripping. If we touch 170, I'll probably start trimming some of them. SPY getting a nice little move here. Apple ripping. GME down 1.57. AMC up 1.24 at 34.36. Here we go. Let's get some basketballs, people. Steven, how you doing, man? They look at the vast majority of people as a little more than cattle to be herded. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, yeah. Yep. All right, SPY. Take us to the promised land here. Here we go. Kramer demands Biden. I don't think that was Kramer, was it? Really? Very interesting. But yeah, how's everybody feeling today? Welcome to all the new people in the stream. If you guys are new to the channel, hi, I'm STV. I make videos online about stocks, mainly AMC. And when I stream, we talk a lot about AMC and trading. Let's see here. Really salty. I sold my Apple 165 call for $97, going for $500 now. Josh, I did the same thing yesterday, but I bought back in right around a couple hours before market close. Yes, like an hour. I think it was an hour before market close yesterday. No, maybe not. I was in class yesterday. Fun fact, I did actually go to the classes yesterday. So we try to make some money. There you go. STV, the young goat. Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Crushing it on Apple. I'm not doing much with SPY today. I've gone in and out a little bit, pretty much even on the SPY today. Made a little bit, lost a little bit. It's not picking a direction very much. Kind of waiting for the next signal that we're going to get with the indicators all lining up. But right now, Apple's helping out here. Since SPACs stay around 10, I believe SBE, usually the book value is $10. So like the assets that they're holding, like the market cap will put it around 10. That's usually how they do it. But it can always go lower. That's the thing. You can't just like automatically like guarantee like a risk-free investment. All right, Apple, do your thing. Get to 170. AMC doing solid right now, up 1% after a very significant red day today. It's good to see a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of strength, some buyers stepping in. That's what we like to see. STV went to class. Good job, STV. There we go. What's up, fam? Got my STV t-shirt yesterday. Hayden, thank you, man. I talked to Fidelity this morning, specifically about synthetic shares of AMC and GME. Eric, yeah. I think you were talking to us about that earlier. And they said something like they can't make a statement, but you sound like a smart guy, unless that was somebody else talking to a broker about synthetics. But let's see. All right, everybody. Morning, gang. What's up, Collective Risk? How you doing, buddy? No, someone else. Interesting. All right. High of the day on Apple, 169.61. Sorry if I keep bringing up Apple. It's just doing solid right now. Really keeping the cash balance alive. Well, not yet. Keeping the unrealized gains alive. Yeah, I want some more on Apple. I'm going to get greedy here. Here's what they said. Eric, yeah, if you want to, what do you call it? If you want to send me that, I'll take a look at it. I got my STV t-shirt too, waiting for my sweatshirt still. Pam, thank you. Party at STVs. There we go. Hey, I mean, if these Apple contracts really go, we'll be partying. Just kidding. No, we're not. We're just going to use it to make more money. Apple, jeez. My God. Smart money took their profits on small cap stocks, ETF, Russell 2000, and the scare variant, debt ceiling, inflation jobs forced big money pull profit. Yeah. Also, Apple getting some giant candles here along with the SPY. What is happening here? This is awesome. This is a great time. All right. AMC getting a little bit of movement too. 34.30. GME 193.50. Having a little bit of a slow day on GME now. SPY's having a little bit of a fun time. Apple about to cross 170. It's looking for it. The high of the day, 169.99. We get it, Apple. Sorry. I'll shut up about Apple. All right. SPY doing good. GME hanging out. We can take let's see. Morgoth 78. Thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate it. Can you take a look at XPEV? I have $60 calls that expire this Friday. Absolutely, I can. Thank you so much for that super. I really appreciate it. Let's see. $60 call. I mean, Lucid was doing good. Little bit of it was up in the pre-market, but really tanked at market open. Is there any news on it? 4 hours ago. All right. NEO delivery numbers were great, but XPeng won the day. This is 4 hours ago. A new month means new delivery numbers for Chinese electric vehicle makers and another chance for investors to check in on the health of the companies and overall demand for EVs in China, the world's market for new cars and for EVs. NEO was good. XPeng reported November vehicle deliveries of 15,613, a 270% increase from a year earlier. That's a record as well. XPeng delivered 10,412 vehicles in September, which was a monthly record at the time. Wow. Those are some real good numbers on XPeng. I mean, they're not really seeing it reflected in the It depends on what the estimates were. So that might be what's happening. Mara ripping. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It depends on what the analysts were estimating for the delivery numbers. They could have been estimating like really close to 15,000 or a little bit higher than 15,000. They still broke a record. So $60 calls for this week. That's pretty far out of the money with not a lot of time. That is going to be a very, very risky trade. If you're fully willing to take that risk with that contract expiring worthless, then go for it. If it's an amount of money that you don't want to lose, then I'd reconsider what your plan is. But it just comes down to your risk tolerance and how long you've held the contract for. Like, I don't know, how's XPeng been doing over the last couple of weeks? Like, if you've been holding it, wait, hold on, I want the daily. That's what I want. I mean, if you've been holding, they just had earnings too. So depending on how long you've been holding, you might be a little bit green on your contracts. But yeah. See, SPY getting a move up here. Apple looking for that cross above 170. Mara ripping. Mara really getting going here. Is Bitcoin having a day today? How's SPY doing? SPY wants some action here, I think. I don't know. We might burn it on SPY today. Just leave it alone. Because like these moves are decent size. Like if you were to hit this move, like that's decent. But at the same time, AGC appears to have several boxes checked for possible squeeze. Your thoughts? AGC SPAC merger in the, I think it's a SPAC merger, isn't it? In the smoky space. So they could be a solid. I mean, we'll see what happens. Let me pull up the chart. I mean, I was playing AGC a little while ago, but it didn't really. Yeah, see, I was trying to play these rips on AGC, but down today. Merger confirmed, I believe, last night. But yeah, not a whole lot of thoughts on that one. All right, here we go. Bitcoin's ripping 59,000 at the moment. There we go. It seemed as if he was giving me the old Citadel runaround. Interesting. All right, what's going on here with these contracts? Are they holding up? Yeah, these contracts are ridiculous right now. All right. Let's see. What do we got on Twitter? Risk of persistent higher inflation has clearly risen. Are you kidding me, pal? You're just a wild. Look above my other comment. I asked Fidelity if Fidelity does business directly with Citadel. He said he doesn't have that info. They do route orders to Citadel. They do. Did we just get above? No, not yet. Especially with options. I mean, the payment for order flow, you can't avoid it with options. I haven't seen anywhere where it's like with no payment for order flow on options yet. Yeah, premiums are just randomly spiking on these Apple calls. This is getting interesting. A lot of people are looking for Apple to make a move up. Same thing with the SPY. It is having a decent day right now. AMC up 0.74, 34.19. Mara having an absolute day. Yellen is a good liar. The one more above. He diverted and kept stating his experience. Interesting. Pam. There you go, Pam. Go Marin Riot. I remember when Marin Riot was in the single digits. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Huh. Okay. Ooh. There we go. That's a pop right there. 170 on Apple. There you go. One more at 10:12 a.m. Yeah, Eric, can you DM me those on Twitter, that conversation, if you're okay with that? Just shoot me a message and I'll take a look at that conversation. I think that's interesting. Oh man. Apple hit 170.20 all-time high. This could be an all-time high breakout on Apple. What is Apple? I mean, that must be the new all-time high. If we crack that again in the intraday, we could go to 171. Apple all-time high. This is getting fun. All right. All right. Let's see what happens here. I mean, the SPY's looking like it wants to continue this move up. It is on this nice uptrend over the last hour or so, and Apple really having fun. AMC getting a little bit of selling pressure right now. Mara coming down a little bit, but Apple not showing any signs of slowing down. This is a good time. All right. I haven't hit 1,000% gain in a while. Let's see if we can get one of those on Apple. I don't think I'll be able to, though, because the contracts weren't that far out of the money. It was like the next strike up. VIX have calls for Apple. I do. I do. I got some weekly 167.5s. And I also have a 1 YOLO put on it just to hedge it because I thought the market was going to be interesting today. And Apple was holding up very, very well, surprisingly, yesterday with everything that was going on. So it was just a very interesting move. What crypto are you most bullish on personally? In terms of like percentage gain, I mean, I like Ethereum. Solana, I think, can do really good things. But again, I'm not as deep into the crypto space as I am in the stock space. So I need to do a lot more research on like lots of things related to crypto. I love trading and listening to STV, making money and rolled 8. Oh, okay. Jason, there you go, buddy. All right, Apple coming back down. That's perfectly fine with me. These contracts are still popping. All right. Wow, you guys are going absolutely nuts with the likes today. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, guys. It really helps me out a lot. So thank you guys. Apple might hit 171 to 172. If it does, I'll be thrilled. Let me see. I mean, strategy says take one off the table and let the other one ride. But I don't know. We'll see. Lol, says Jason. Yeah. All right. SPY coming down. AMC coming up a little bit. 34.19. Here we go. Let's get GME back up here too. Mara coming down a little bit. Still up 11%. Actually, let's take a look at Prague first. How's Prague doing? Prague down 2.4. Struggling this week on Prague. GME down 1.33. 193.61. Oh, Apple. Why'd you do that? Come on now. You just hit all-time high and then you said, nah, psych. Just kidding. Trey's mustache. What's going on, man? Almost bought Apple at 157, but got more AMC instead. I mean, whatever suits you, man. I mean, I think AMC is going to be crazy over the long term. I'm just like trading Apple. XPAV is in a better position, strong infrastructure to compete in the EV sector. NIA is all China noise. I don't know. I kind of like how NIA's battery, the battery swapping system has worked. I haven't seen any other company that can do that. And it leads to gas station partnerships, like that one with Sinopec. I think AMC is going to snap back into the long time trend line. Yeah. SPY moving back up, Apple moving back up. Let's see. Let's do it. Hey, I'm making jokes. I want you guys to know that the only reason we got a pump is because I bought some SPY puts, analysts performante. I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. Microsoft and Apple have been killing it. Oh, I haven't even looked at Microsoft. That hasn't even been on my radar. 0.75. I mean, Apple's got more in the tank. Apple's just been juicing. Yeah, Microsoft pretty flat over the last week. Let's get GME back up here. Old GME. My SPY puts end this week. Yeah. I go quick in and out on SPY all the time. It's just always quick, unless the trend continues. If it starts to not go in my favor, I just get out. Like we saw today. I mean, honestly, if we're thinking about the initial SPY trade, if we just left it, I think we were, what time is this? 10:20, 10:13. Okay, so we got out around here. But if we just held them, it would have been great. But we dipped to 460. Like this would have been a good trade if we just left it. But it would have been a emotional trade of up, down, up, down, up, down. So I mean, I'm kind of happy I just got out of it. It would have been nice to get that extra money to pad the cash balance, but with the Fed coming up with like Jerome and Yellen talking over here, we didn't need all that stress. Yeah, AMC kind of stuck in this range today. All right, let's see. Definitely need a bounce. 100%. Let's get some basketballs in here, everybody. All right. Apple's looking for that cross above 170 again. Let's see what happens. SPY looks like it wants to come up. AMC coming up a little bit too. GME really just hanging out around these lows of the day. Battery swapping only if you like waiting in long lines. I mean, I believe it's 2 minutes. Like, it's quick. The way that they were doing battery swapping was like very, very quick. But I'd have to look at it again. SPY little pop. STV, did you ever get your car fixed? I did, and then now it doesn't like me. My car is not having fun right now. So I need to go. I think I'm gonna lease a car because I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a car right now. I really do not want to do that. Oh, relevant. Thank you so much for that big super, man. Jeez, thank you so much. I trust the retail, #retail, respect and appreciation to everyone. #still here, Kenny. Fears will subside soon. Institutions will jump right back in the Russell 2000. Markets will rally into a green Christmas together strong. Every share counts. Irrelevant. I love that way of thinking. And thank you so much for that big super, man. I really appreciate it. Sorry, brother. Good luck with it. Yeah, the car's got to go. Car's got to go. Apple one. Yeah. SPY ripping now. All right. You know what? We got some money to play with. We're going to mess around now. We're going to be chase the VIX today. We're YOLOing now. It's YOLO season. Just kidding. I'm not going to do anything super stupid, but you know, it could be kind of stupid. Boom. All right. We're going to leave that one there. Have some fun. We're going to let Apple take us to the promised land. And let's have some fun. Have you tried patting the dash and telling it good car? No, it does not deserve that. You need to do more DD pros and cons about battery swapping. Eye opener. CM. I will take a look at that. I will definitely take a look at that. Apple, you dirty dog. I love you. Sold my monster truck Monday and bought more AMC. Trey's mustache. There you go, man. Have you, if you guys want AMC to pump, all I have to do is buy AMC puts. Yesterday, about $35 AMC calls, and they decided to keep AMC price under 35 so that I would not be profitable. Hey, man, it happens. The market sometimes just goes against you like that. Just like me right now, buying some YOLO SPY calls for fun because I felt like it. And now it's going against me. Actually, that was really stupid. Like, that was really dumb. I probably should not have done that. Yeah, that was dumb. That was like really stupid. I don't know why I did that. I think I felt really excited about Apple and I said, screw it. We're going to play SPY again. I think we're just going to, I don't know. We'll just leave them, see what happens. What are the technicals saying? Oh, nope. That's not great. All right. What are these down now? Oh, geez. Oh, geez. All right. Let's see what happens. AMC 3410. GME 193.16. Not bad. Breathe if you think I should blow my Christmas bonus on YOLO plays. Not financial advice, of course. I don't think you should do that, but you can do whatever you like. AMC cures cancer and solves world hunger. Next day, sell off. I would not be surprised. Not be surprised. All right. Got a meta stock to pass along here. Metaverse will be huge in the future. It's an OTC stock, but if interested, ticker symbol is OWUV. There you go. Bum, bum, bum. Dude, you should have only bought SPY calls when I bought my SPY puts. I think my accounts have a lot of pull. Hey, man, they might have a lot of pull. Damn, we haven't really done a lot of trading today. That's good. Let's see what happens. Apple freaking ripping. SPY not freaking ripping. Let's see. Not financial advice, of course. Support at 464 may retest ABCD pattern on SPY. You know what? I want it to retest all-time highs, like right now. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I literally didn't even look at. I just didn't look. I just freaking YOLO'd. That was, I mean, it's not that bad. I'll just take the $20 loss and move on with my day. Actually, thinking here. Yeah, you know what? If we want a YOLO, we're gonna. Yeah, they are still talking. I just don't really care, honestly. It's not that I don't care. It's just that they're not going to say anything that's going to really move markets a lot. Nice. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, this is stupid. Like, I was just like, see, sometimes I'll just randomly, stupidly trade. Don't do that because it's stupid. That's just how you got to deal with it. This was mainly as like a shot to see if SPY was going to rip. Because we've already like crushed it on Apple. So it's just like, whatever, have some fun. Did you guys hear about Fidelity's huge oopsie? And it's a big one with what they did to AMC. What they do to AMC? I heard it was just GME. 86,000 NFTs. At the time, there was 86,000 shares shorted. 86 million, I believe, would be the number. 86 million, I think. What's AMC's Ortex data looking like today? How we doing? 16.5. Yeah, no real change. What is it? 80. Right now, shares on loan is 89 million. The shares short on the exchange was 87 million. Apple. Oh, cool. Perfectly fine. Are they still talking? Yeah, they are. Inflation. Oh, he's talking about inflation again. This freaking guy. This freaking Jerome Powell guy. All right, I might trim one of these apples. Make everything free. Live to see another day. And then hang out. AMC 3403. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll take one off the table. And then we're not going to touch the other one. That's going to be the deal that we're going to have with ourselves. Oh, wait, that was 2. That would have been bad. Boom. Cool. Completely free now. Playing with house money. Let's see how it goes. Bond auction? Oh, geez. Where's the what year is it? Is it the 30? What time is the Fed talk over? 12:15. How cool would it be to have an AMC popcorn Super Bowl commercial? At least if we have buzz about it, that'd be, oh yeah, that would be super cool. SPY trying to make a little move back up. AMC 34. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Trey made a video about the Fidelity error. Gotcha. Yeah, so I took one. So I had 2 of those 167.5s on Apple for this week. Took one off the table. Made the entire strangle free with some profit. Yeah, it's just playing with house money now. It's coming back down a little bit, but I mean that was a decent time. I could have top ticked it a little, like tried to top tick it in the 170s, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It easily could have just kept running on us. Market talks after the facts are all form of different procedure, blah, blah, blah. I mean, kind of, but it like what if you're talking about like statements made by Powell, like yesterday we saw it had a big effect on what was going on. Is there news on Apple? Analyst ratings for Apple 28 minutes ago. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hood at 24.73, new all-time low. Haha. Sucks to be Robin Hood. Prague. Let's see. Ooh, AMC selling right now. What happened here? Yeah, it's still flat on the day. Let's see. Prague. Prague. I mean, I still think, especially with the price action that we've seen on Prague over the last, 5 days since that offering. Like look at this. This is, if you're telling me that the shorts aren't adding to their positions at those higher levels and trying to push it down more, I don't know what to tell you. I think they are. So I would expect to see those short interest numbers start to come up and then start to get that move back up again. The cost to borrow on Prague is still pretty high. So let's see. All right. SPY making a move. AMC coming down. Let's pull back up GME. What time is the stream until? We are going to go to 11:45 today. And then tomorrow we have to cut it early because I have to go to biology class for 2 hours and be miserable and not hang out with you guys. So, yeah, that's how that is going to go. All right. GME 192.87. Let's see. Burn, Hood, burn. Actually, let's take a look. But it's really tanking. Actually, what did this get the... Do I want to just take this? I mean, I'm going to sell this. This is going to go. Trying to think right here what I should do. I'm strategizing. I'm creating a master plan. Good morning, STV. Thoughts on Sens? Sens. I like Sens if they are potentially a really strong competitor to Dexcom. And with that new, I think it's the 90-day is coming to the United States. They're trying to get FDA approval for it, and that should be by the end of the year. I don't know if they already got if they've gotten the approval yet or not. Just had earnings. Yeah, nothing yet. So, I mean, that's going to be an FDA approval play. If it gets approved and the market is going to use that product a lot, they're going to really get going. If it doesn't get approved, it's going to go down by a significant amount. AMC, we could make 1 to 2 billion on popcorn in 2021 while also making 1 to 2 billion in 2022. Yeah, relevant. I agree. Did you guys see the $25,000 listing on Spider-Man? Yeah, what is that? Why are they listing the NFTs on eBay? I don't understand. I don't get that. That I don't understand. Why not go to like the actual Who knows? I don't know. What do I know? And it was like the actual ticket. I was like, what? It was either the NFT or the actual ticket because I don't think anybody has the NFTs yet. I haven't gotten one. Let's see. Apple coming down. Let's see what happens here. What platform are you using? Right now, I have Webull up here for just because it's the prettiest. And then I have TradingView on another screen. Hope that's a George W. forming on the 5-minute. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Bloop, 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 bloop. Easily. Ooh, Apple is selling right now. PTN? Is PTN going? I do have some PTN. Ooh, that's a bounce back right there. Yeah, market coming down. What do we got right here? Where's that 200? We need 80 new. They're talking about IRS employees right now. They're about to audit everybody. Everybody's about to pay more taxes. All right. SPY finding support at the 50 MA. Yeah, I do have some PTN. Oh, wow. That stinks. I want this back on the 1 minute. That's what I want. I don't want. Nope. Over here. All right. Let's see what happens with Apple. I mean, I already took the profits on it. Let's see. QUBT is on the threshold securities list and is in quantum computing. Interesting. There's a conference on the 6th and the 7th. Interesting. Is it up 5 today? Let's check the Ortex on this thing. This wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for it to be on. Why is this not loading? What is going on here? Am I losing everything right now? Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't know what are the FTDs on this thing? How would you have $1 billion? Wow, this is okay. So you might see the short interest spike on this thing. Interesting. I'll keep an eye on that one. Lucid going. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Lucid getting some action. Congratulations to everybody that's been riding out Lucid. You guys have been crushing it. If everyone sells on their fears, then we won't be making money. Words to live by. Law can it? Yeah. I hear a noise. Is there a bug? That would be really unfortunate. I don't want to have any bugs in here. All right, Apple coming back up. That's what we like to see. Lucid doing very solid on the day. AMC at 33.92, basically flat on the day right now. SPY trying to make that move back up. What do we got GME at? GME was having a little bit of a slower day today. Yeah, down 1.77, 192.73. Looks ugly, guys. Looks ugly, but remember, when in doubt, zoom out 100%. You just got to zoom out far enough. Hey, I mean, we're looking across and back above 34. There you go, Apple. Do your thing. Do your thing, Apple. Powell's just chatting right now. All right. What are we doing here, buddy? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Look at MTTR on the 30-day. Yeah, we were looking at that one earlier. I can take a look at that one again now. Is that Matterport? That's what it was. I mean, it was really cranking today at one point. 1 month. I mean, that thing's been going. If you've been in this, that's a solid play. They have options on this thing. I mean, yeah. If you got the options on this thing, you're probably crushing it. Airbus just won a ABUS. Isn't that Airbus? Oh, no. Whoa. That thing is getting some action. All right, Apple on the move back up. There you go. I mean, it could do a little cup and handle action, but we'll see. Who's sick of seeing the letters AMC in succession? Not me. I could look at that forever. AMC back at 34. All right, let's see. What do we want? Jimmy. All righty, everybody. Dun dun dun. AMC, come on now. Let's get some bullish action today, huh? Overall, see the weird thing is that the overall market has been like having some decent days. And AMC has just not been able to come with it. Same thing with IWM. IWM's been doing all right. And AMC's just not been able to come with it. Let's see what happens though. I think we are looking for that level of support on AMC before the buyers really start to step back in and buy it back up. Let's see. Zoom out to 1997. No. Moderna CEO said their vaccine won't. Yeah. Well, they said they didn't. Yeah, but they would not know that, right? There's no way that they would know that right now. Also, guys, it is 11:45, so that is going to wrap up the stream for today. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thanks to all you guys who are liking the videos. If you guys don't mind just leaving some likes on the way out, it does help just the channel with the algorithm. So if you guys don't mind, that would help out a lot. I think a lot of you guys were making some money today. I haven't really seen much on the spot. I mean, SPY's coming down right now. Let's see what happens. Jerome might be saying, or it's Yellen might be saying some stuff, but that's going to wrap it up for today. I'll have 1 or 2 update videos for you guys coming out tonight. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. But thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 8:45. And to all the ducks that come in after, thank you guys too. Later. Oh yeah. Also go to TMI. TMI is streaming right now. So make sure you guys go pop in and say hi to TMI.